McKelvey Homes to schedule a tour at Strawberry Farms in O'Fallon. Visit McKelveyHomes.com today and move up to McKelvey.
Chris Ronchi, Amy Mark Scores. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Good morning, friends. Is it a nice Wednesday out there? Would you say this is nice?
You know, it is. It is very
muggy.
sticky. Yes.
Yeah, this is.
It's very humid.
It's not nice. What am I talking about?
A little. If you go outside, you'll feel a little tacky.
Yeah, I can't believe I even entertained this idea of it being nice out there. This isn't nice.
You know why I actually like it? Because you sounded almost positive.
Yeah, but then I take it back.
Here's why I like the humidity, guys, because I know everyone's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's gross.
But here's the thing. I love winter, love fall, I love all the seasons. But when it's humid like this, great opportunity to sweat out those toxins, lose a little water weight if you want to, and then you shower and you just feel a little bit lighter because you've sweated out all the gross stuff. It's like a free sauna. That's what you get. It's a free sauna. A lot of people pay a lot of money. I know a lot of people with saunas. They pay a lot of money for saunas. We're looking into it. But, yeah.
True. However, you can't really shower at work. So
not with that attitude.
I don't think with any attitude. I mean, you can't really go to work and just shower.
You know what, though? Some workplaces
do have a shower.
And technically we do.
Yeah, and usually it's
on the 22nd floor.
Usually it's if you work with hazardous material and it's the emergency shower. Like, you better go wash off.
Or if you, like I did, worked retail for 5 years at a running store, they got a shower back there, baby, because it's a bunch of runners. We'd run in the morning, you'd have to shower, go to work the floor, sell some shoes.
Why couldn't you shower at home before you went to work?
Because you had to open the store, so like
So you'd run straight to work?
Well, you would drive to work or drive to wherever. Kind of like now, I don't have time to go to Forest Park, run, go home, and then come back to work. If I run in Forest Park, I have to shower at a gym. So that's what it was. It allowed you to cut it close, run, shower, sell some shoes. You know what? I could go back to selling shoes and socks.
You should just go back outside and use the hose. Hose yourself down.
Those were the way we were, baby. Drinking out of a hose, that metallic taste. Do kids even know that anymore?
I don't know. I hope not, because it's probably not good.
But look at us. We're fine.
Well, are we?
We're successful radio hosts.
314-436-7900 to visit the show. We are on until, well, we'll tell you about it, but we're off a little early today because there's sports that's happening. You can text the show at that number. You can leave us voice messages on the Odyssey app. You can watch the show on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. We are at Chris Amy KMOX.
Time now for the top of the order. The top 3 stories everyone will be talking about.
Advocates for North St. Louis and for downtown are making their voices heard on the Rams settlement money. We will again visit with Alderman Rasheen Aldridge, who will join us in about 9 minutes.
And we've got our, Superman, Batman villain. Unfortunately, he's from St. Louis. That'd be Sam Altman, who said, he's the OpenAI CEO, he says that AI will make intelligence a utility that they will sell back to the people on a metered basis.
Well,
that's gross.
That's pretty gross. Not as gross as the old crotch chop, which Brewers pitcher Abner Uribe gave to Ivan Herrera in the Cardinals dugout. Oh, man. So this Cardinals-Brewers thing, is it becoming a thing? Cardinals lost last night, but might be a bit of a heated rivalry. Not that kind, but a rivalry happening happening in Milwaukee.
There were crotches involved.
There were crotches involved last night.
No, just once.
At American Family Field. And now the Cardinals have to salvage the finale of the series today. Remember when I said we were done a little early? That's because Cardinals baseball happens today. Pre-game show is at 11:45 and a first pitch at 12:40. So we take you up until the pregame show today. So no Gas House Gang. But, we're going to get more into what happened at the ball game last night, because it wasn't just the fact the Cardinals lost, and they have had no luck scoring runs at all the last couple of days. And, in fact, they've lost 5 of their last 6. So things aren't going very well for the Redbirds. And then all of that stuff took place on the field. So maybe something is brewing in terms of a rivalry between the Cardinals and Brewers?
I hope so. And
we'll
like
see
we
what
said,
happens today.
And we do want to hear from you. We're going to get into it at 9:30, 314-436-7900. And Ranj was asking about the weather out there today. And it is a little humid. But also, the traffic has really diminished in the past couple of days. You know why? School's out for most people. School is out.
It is?
Mm-hmm. For a lot of people. Not all the kids, but a lot of kids. And what I feel is a little bit unfair and maybe a little bit ageist is that once you become an adult, you don't really get that summer break.
Oh, that was my first, the first time after I had graduated college, and the whole, the reality of being an adult hits you is when you don't get a summer break anymore.
Yeah.
That sucks. That's a bad realization. It's like, how am I going to keep doing this for 12 months? 12 months?
There's no difference.
There's no
every week just melts into the next.
Right. There's no 3-month break. There's not like you're working toward the summer and then at the end of the summer, like a new season begins of school.
Yeah.
That's all gone now?
It's a real Sisyphean task.
Yeah,
showing
man.
up to work every day.
Oh, it really is.
Especially a job like this.
A job like this where they don't give you days off, except I'll be off tomorrow. They just don't.
Which we are also going to talk about because Ranj is going to Washington, D.C.
Be back in Washington.
Yep, to check out the UFC fighting cage in front of the White House. He's going
I'm
there.
going-
We're sending him on assignment.
I'm going specifically to see the cage.
Yep.
And to see the ballroom. See how the $1 billion ballroom is coming.
Is it just rubble at this point?
I think it's got to be.
Have they cleared the rubble?
I don't know. I'm trying to get close to that reflecting pool, but can't see that either. You've got it all tarped off.
Well, again, lots of topics we want to hear from you today. 314-436-7900. But yes, Ranj is going to D.C. on assignment tomorrow to check out the UFC fighting cage thing that's really almost blocking the front door of the White House. It's right there. It's towering over the White House. The White House is now in the shadow of the cage. You're also going to check out the reflecting pool, which I believe we've decided you will have to scale a fence, which is fine. Nothing ever happens to people who climb fences in Washington, D.C. And what was the ballroom?
You know what, though?
You've got a lot of work to do.
If I do climb that fence and I am convicted of some sort of crime, thank God there's a slush fund now that I can access.
Well, that's why I think Steve approved it.
So I'm going to get part of that $1.776 billion slush fund for victims of weapon. They are weaponizing the law against me, and all I've done was climb a fence.
To see money that you paid for.
Right, that's my money.
In action.
That is my money.
I will say this.
And so is that slush fund, by the way.
I did a quick Google, and then my ADD kicked in. But I did do a quick search on how do we apply for the slush fund money? Because I thought, wouldn't that be great for the show?
Yeah.
To see if we could. How easy is it to apply?
So what happens? Does Steve Miller have to reach out to me? Is that how it works?
I didn't get very far. I must have gotten distracted, probably by a Google ad.
You can't get the money unless Stephen Miller calls you directly.
All I know is I started searching, and then I forgot, and I'm talking about something else. We'll figure it out.
As we mentioned, Rashean Aldridge, alderman for St. Louis. We will talk to him about the Rams settlement money because North St. Louis is advocating for some of that cash downtown as well. There have been meetings that have happened over the last week. Alderman Aldridge will join the show when we come back on KMOX.
Hi, St. Louis. This is Ben Barnett. I'm a board-certified master arborist, and I've been caring for St. Louis trees for over 25 years. Today, I'm going to help you choose a tree care contractor. Here's how it's done, so pay close attention. First, call everyone you know who has ever done any type of outdoor work, including that cousin that used to sleep on your couch. Leave them all messages and wait around to see if they call back. Here's a hint, they won't. Now, post to all your social media that you are looking for recommendations for a good tree service. Now beware because there will be hundreds of different recommendations. So you need to carefully go through each one, checking that they have the proper insurance, background checks, and even the slightest idea of what they're doing. Schedule a bunch of appointments, and when nobody shows up, get really frustrated, and put the whole project off for another year. Or you could just call Timberline Professional Tree Care, 636-479-7475, or visit us online at stltreecare.com.
Are you looking for a podcast about pro football that doesn't put you to sleep with an avalanche of analytics or insult your fandom with brainless hot takes? Well, hi. I'm Dan Hansis.
And I'm Mark Sessler.
Oh, hi, Mark. And we're the hosts of Heed the Call, the NFL podcast you've been waiting your whole life for.
Heed the Call covers every game, every storyline, everything that matters, and we do it all with a touch of mirth.
Football is fun. Why shouldn't your football podcast be the same?
Follow and listen to Heed the Call NFL podcast wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Anheuser-Busch Brewery Experiences invites you to step up to the plate for an unforgettable happy hour at the Beer Garden on Thursday, May 28th. Join me, Tom Ackerman, and a panel of legendary Cardinals, including Ozzie Smith, Al Raboski, and Matt Adams for the Redbird Roundtable. Kick off baseball's big weekend with ice-cold beer and unforgettable fan experiences. Behind-the-scenes stories, legendary moments during a live panel discussion. See you at the Beer Garden May 28th, BudweiserTours.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Chris and Amy on KMOX until 11:45 today. That's when the Cardinals pregame show starts. They finish up with the Brewers today. Could be fireworks. We'll find out. Now we are off to the Quiver River Electric guest line. Alderman in St. Louis Ward 14, Rasheen Aldridge, joins the show as we are in the midst of figuring out where this Rams settlement money is going to go. There have been a number of meetings that have taken place over the last week and hearings. In fact, there's a budget meeting that is happening in about 13 minutes or so at City Hall. We visit with Alderman Aldridge now. It's good to have you with us today. How are you?
Good to have me, Chris. So glad to be with you guys, and thanks for having me again. I'm doing good.
Yeah, it's good to follow up with you. I know we talked last week about that Rams money, the spending proposal, and how in that bill, this is the focus, $110 million to North St. Louis, which would include home repair, housing, tornado relief, and so forth. But a lot of advocates for North St. Louis say we want $150 million for North St. Louis or bust. And I know there was that hearing yesterday. How was the mood in the room? How did the advocates also get their message across to the Board of Aldermen, and was the Board of Aldermen receptive?
Yeah, and also thanks for having me also, Amy. So, yeah, yesterday the Board of Aldermen heard Board Bill 22, which is sponsored by President Megan Green and co-sponsored by Mayor Spencer. There's currently no alders that are co-sponsoring. It's interesting to see the president and the mayor on the bill just themselves alone. But we had over about a 3-hour-plus meeting where we heard through the bill, but we also heard from advocates from North St. Louis. We heard from advocates from downtown advocating for more money going downtown. And like you said, there was a lot of folks from North St. Louis that's been organizing over the year post the tornado saying, hey, we want 150. And I would say the room was, it started off calm, but I think over time there was a little tension between some of the advocates down North St. Louis hearing, I think, maybe some of the downtown folks speaking, especially when they talk about, a match, which is, I think, very beneficial. Like if we get funds to downtown, there is a commitment, but it's not really clear yet. But there's a commitment to do a match. And I think some of the advocates in North St. Louis are just frustrated because there's not that same type of, match that would go to North Side. So they're asking for more money, understanding whatever funds we give to downtown, there's a commitment to many organizations, if it's GSL or the Arch Foundation, that they will do a match if it's to the riverfront or to some of the buildings that need to be renovated downtown.
Oh, and I was saying you are in a unique position because you're the alderman of the 14th Ward. And the 14th Ward includes downtown and also North City. Mm-hmm. So what is your position then on money going to downtown and North City? Do you think more should go to North City? Are you afraid of downtown being ignored?
Yeah, I've probably got the most kind of unique ward where I do have downtown and then I have North St. Louis. I have like the economic engine of the city. And then I have an area that also was hit, like College Hill, by the tornado, right? So, I don't think it's an or game. I don't think it's North Side or downtown. I really think it's an and game. How do we invest in downtown and how do we invest in North St. Louis? But I do look at it with an equitable lens on understanding that people in North Side, need a little bit more love and support, right? They need a little bit more resources. So I would love to see, more funds going to North St. Louis. I have an amendment that has not been filed yet, or it's been filed but not voted on, that would give a little bit more money. Not too much, $5 million from reserves, additional $5 million from reserves to go to the North Side because, this rehab is going to take a while. The repair of homes that need to be fixed in North Side is going to take a while. And one of the things we heard from the Office of Recovery, the advocates aren't wrong. They, Julie and Nick said at least 150 to 160 would be like extremely helpful just to start to get all the homes that need kind of be repaired to a minimum of 50,000. We know that a lot of them need more than that would, start to touch all those homes in North St. Louis.
Alderman Rasheen Aldridge with us on KMOX. So it does seem there's a little bit of confusion about the matching of the money, where there was supposed to be a corporate match of whatever dollar or however many dollars are invested in downtown St. Louis, that there'll be a corporate match of that. So a 1-to-1 sort of thing. So, but we're hearing that it's not necessarily a 1-to-1. Say you give $50 or $100 million to downtown, and corporations are going to put in $100 million of their own. That's not really what the deal is, or is there still confusion about it?
Yeah, the devil's still in the detail with that. When we did the Rams bill last year that fell apart, there was a bucket for downtown, and one of the things that they said is they'll do it was a 1-to-1 match at first, and then it was like a 2-to-1 match, which, the more we can stretch our money, the more that there can be this public and private dollars. It's always, that's super beneficial. That's going to be beneficial to the city, beneficial downtown, beneficial to our region. Here we are with the Rams 2.0 bill, and I think one of the things that GSL had said at the press conference is now we're up to like a 3-to-1 match. And while I do represent downtown, before we give out funds to either downtown, the North Side, or the infrastructure, let's make sure that the verbiage is right. And one of the things that, I inquired yesterday of the downtown advocates is, can you just explain a little bit more about that match? And it's still not clear. And you would think, a year ago when they were saying that there was a match, they would have an understanding of, is it going to be the match because the downtown bucket is broken up into 4 things? Is it a match for a capital improvement, which would be like the Railroad Exchange building, or is this a match to the riverfront? is this a match to the infrastructure, which has $15 million? I have met with the Regional Sports Commission that have committed, they have a match for the tourism aspect so they can bring in more big events. But, it's still not clear, I think, for me as an older person to represent downtown, but others, like, what is that match and where is the match coming from? And, I can see there's a match maybe for the riverfront and like Railroad Exchange. One of the things that I was questioning, how do you do the match for the infrastructure? And I think there still need to be a lot of conversations that happen before we, vote this bill out, which it wasn't voted out yesterday. We'll have another meeting next Wednesday in North St. Louis at Julius Davis Library in the evening time so that people can make it.
I know Mayor Spencer was asked about the $150 million to North City that, okay, if this bill moves forward, would you be open to it? And she said she's, not saying no to anything right now. She's open, which I know is, vague, but not shutting it down completely. With you having that downtown element, if the bill did find its way to $150 million for North City, would you be open to that?
I absolutely probably be open to it. I think it just all depends on where the funding comes from. So right now it's at 110. There's about 25 in reserves. And at first I was an advocate for reserves, but, it's one thing when you have 250 in reserves and it makes about 800-some thousand. The 25 in reserve, is not going to make a lot of interest off of that. So I think it really just depends on where those funds come from, what bucket it comes from. I could see either potentially reserves. I'm still questionable, at least with the, I want to make sure there's enough money downtown, but $15 million, me personally, and infrastructure is a lot. We got, as alders, we have war capital to do infrastructure needs. Downtown is unique because there is multiple SIDs and there's multiple different groups that also can participate with some of this infrastructure. I know just under the recent administration, we did Tucker is looking great right now. Broadway has recently been done. So I still have questions on, what is that $15 million of infrastructure going to? But I definitely wouldn't be opposed to $150 million going to North Side. I would just be interesting to see, where it comes from. Because it's, taking $1 million here and $1 million there gets a little tricky depending on what bucket you take it from.
So, as we mentioned, there is a budget meeting that happens in just a few minutes, and we know that you've got to get to that. But when do you envision there's going to be some sort of resolution as to how this is all going to be allocated?
Yeah, so the budget meeting in a few minutes is to hear from the public on the FY27 budget, and this is when we subpoenaed a few weeks ago the police department to come in, and hopefully they will come. We have had confirmation that Mayor Spencer will be coming. She is a commissioner, so that she'll be here. But I believe that the Rams bill, I think we can get it done before we go down on summer break, which is like mid-July. I would say the bill itself is, I think, 75% agreeable with most folks. I think the last 25% is just, maybe a little bit more money. I know there's advocates like Alderwoman Schweitzer and Alderman Browning that want to see more money going into public infrastructure, the water to be exact. There's a hearing today on the water rate increase at 3:30 at City Hall in the Kennedy Room. So I know they want to see more money go there to hopefully reduce some of that burden on residents. I know some people want potentially some language change, and, I'm advocating to figure out how we get more to North Side. But I think through the conversations that the mayor's office has had and the president's office has had with the alders, it may look a little messy. That's the process, but I think we're all on the same page, understanding that we want to get something done this time. We don't want it to blow up, and, we need to get some funds out the door for, these critical infrastructures such as water. We need to get the funds out the door for the tornado a year later. So I know me and my colleagues are going to work hard to get it across the finish line. There'll be some tough conversations, but I'm hopeful that it's definitely going to get done this time compared to last year's bill.
Alderman Rasheen Aldridge for Ward 14 in the city of St. Louis. We appreciate you once again. Thank you for being with us today.
I appreciate you, Chris and Amy, and look forward to coming back.
Alderman Rasheen Aldridge. And Ward 14 does include parts of downtown, Old North St. Louis, Hyde Park, near North Riverfront, Carr Square. So just to give you an idea of the part he represents, which is it's part of I think part of the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood as well. But it's like, I mean, it's downtown. It is North St. Louis. So
his ward is
his
like
interests
the
are
whole
all
discussion.
over.
Yeah. Which in some ways, to be honest, it does put him in the most unique position, but also I do think it's a difficult one, but maybe a beneficial one where downtown and North City aren't two different alder people butting heads. I mean, Rasheen Aldridge is representing
working against each other.
Yes,
yeah.
Rasheen Aldridge is representing both residents of both, businesses in both. So it's a tough position, but hopefully brings understanding to both sides. And I will be interested to see how this moves forward. I heard on TIAM this morning, the mayor did not automatically say no, that she would veto a bill with $150 million towards North City. She did not. She's, open to what gets through.
Well, as we have talked about so much, a lot of investment needs to happen downtown. That is for sure. But for decades, North St. Louis has had a lack of investment too. And I think that would solve a lot of our problems as well. It's not just downtown, but if we had way more investment on the north side of the city, that would fix so much stuff. And, so it both needs to be addressed. It can't just be one or the other. So the alderman is absolutely right about that. Speaking of butting heads, Amy, looks like the Cardinals and Brewers.
Oh, we're going to get into this.
Oh, they're butting heads.
We're getting into it.
Yeah. Might be a real thing happening in Milwaukee today, and you are so fortunate you get to listen to it right here on 104.1 FM KMOX. What happened last night in Milwaukee with the Cardinals and Brewers?
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Every day starts the same way, and then it goes wherever it wants.
Life doesn't stop for Cardinals baseball. It just kind of runs alongside it. Dave Glover here from the Dave Glover Show. We're talking real life, real stuff, and yes, a lot of Cardinals along the way, because that's how fans actually live it. It's just like happy hour, man. We get together every day from 1 to 5. We have fun, we laugh, we commiserate, we complain. DGS 1 to 5.
The Dave Glover Show at 1, and then Cardinals baseball. Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
74 degrees and humid, just like Ranj prefers. Clouds drifting through the sunshine, maybe a thunderstorm or two in parts of the area. A high today of 86. Tonight, thunderstorm maybe this evening. Otherwise, partly cloudy and very humid. A low of 64. Weather sponsored by Financial and Tax Strategies.
If your retirement plan is mostly what if and a little fingers crossed, you deserve better answers than that. Check out Wealth and Wisdom Saturdays at 7 a.m. here on KMOX. I'm Gary Goldberg. Call 800-966-1690.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
There's one box that you'd run back into your burning house to grab. It's the box filled with your videotapes, film reels, and photos. Those sentimental, meaningful, irreplaceable moments. Hi, I'm Nick Mako.
And I'm Adam Baselogger. We started Legacy Box over a decade ago so that we could help families save their memories from being destroyed by floods or fires.
And it's not just natural disasters, Adam. Every day, videotapes and photos are slowly fading away, decaying, neglected in closets and attics.
Digitizing your old media stops fading, and preserving those recordings means they are safe forever. It's like magic converting your shoebox of memories into digital files, ready to watch and share.
It's the only way to ensure your legacy is safe for generations. That's why over 1 million families have already trusted Legacy Box. Legacy Box is simple and easy, it works, and is safe. We'd love to preserve your family's collection. Don't wait, the risk is too great.
Visit legacybox.com/radio to save 50%. That's legacybox.com/radio to get started and save. legacybox.com/radio.
Meet me at the Muni in Forest Park.
Muni tickets for 2026 are on sale now, featuring Hairspray, Shrek the Musical, South Pacific, Disney's Newsies, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, Meet Me in St. Louis, and Something Rotten. Choose your seats now at muni.org.
Meet me at the Muni in Forest Park.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friend Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation. Stewie, I think this is going to be a strange season for real estate. Just kind of feel it in my gut. What can people do apropos of their mortgage to put themselves in a better position to get that house?
You know what, Dave, that's a great question. There's a bidding wars are going to happen this spring. You want to get the house. This is how you're going to make things better. Number one, we give you the power of the pre-approval letter. That means you can go into our portal and generate the letter and edit it for any amount you want up to the amount you're approved without chasing the loan officer. Number two, the bagel loan. No closing costs, no title fees, no lender fees, no appraisal fees. It's a bagel. Bagel looks like a zero, easy to remember. Add that money you would normally pay onto your bid and beat the other offers out. And you know what? The third thing is we can close fast. 10 days. They're going to look away at the other offers because most lenders take as much as 30 days to get done.
You can call or text Stewie at his personal cell phone, 314-324-4440, or you can Google the bagel loan, NMLS 226715.
Today, the Cards, the Brewers.
Ameren Total Access 1145. First pitch 1240.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Strike, great call. Burleson's going to challenge it. Cardinals have two of them left. Oh, look at Uribe. See that? You better hope this is a strike. Oh, it was.
I'm not sure how to describe what happened.
I do.
On KMOX.
I know how.
All right.
Because Tom Ackerman had to describe it on Total Information AM this morning.
Let's kind of set up what happened last night in the game. Cardinals got beat again. By the way, start getting some hits, dude. Let's go.
We're in a little bit of a rough patch.
Yeah.
Very thin.
Very thin offensively last couple of days. 1 run scored total. That ain't going to cut it. You need to score some runs to win. That is baseball's first rule. Second rule is you can't do the crotch thing. And yesterday in the game, a reliever for the Milwaukee Brewers, when they're up 6-0, comes in late in the 8th inning, throws high and tight to Ivan Herrera, a little too close for him. And don't know how much was really said there, but somehow this reliever, Abner Uribe, took exception to it. And when he got the final out of the inning, and that's what you just heard on Cardinals TV, he gestured toward the Cardinals dugout with a, how did Tom Ackerman describe it?
The triple crotch chop.
The triple crotch chop. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was basically drawing attention to his netherworld.
Yeah.
You know?
Netherworld.
Yeah.
So it's like a wrestling move where he's thrusting.
Yeah,
he's
kind of.
using both hands, kind of karate chopping.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest, I had to ask you guys, I knew it was rude. I knew it was, antagonizing and mocking, but the actual message it was trying to convey, I didn't really know. So I had to ask you guys, okay, what does it mean? Because what I thought, okay, by doing that gesture, what's the point of that gesture? Is it to say, I'm so tough, I can karate chop my own...
Get your hand off my penis!
And you said that's not it. It's
That's
something
not what it
way
means.
worse. It's
It
vulgar.
started with wrestling.
Yeah.
It was in the WWE.
So
is when it
these two
started.
gentlemen explained to me what the karate crotch chop thing means, and it's vulgar. It doesn't mean I'm tough. That's not what it means.
No, he's telling the Cardinals dugout to,
Do something vulgar.
Enjoy that area.
Well, okay,
Enjoy
that's fine.
this
That's
area
fine. Yeah,
of my
we get
body.
it. We get it.
Okay, that's what he's telling them to do.
Yeah.
And obviously, it was addressed after the game. Oliver Marmol, he said, "I think they are addressing it over there." And here's manager Pat Murphy of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. Yeah, it's just unacceptable. I don't know what got over him. I mean, he's been an emotional guy, but that kind of thing, that's just not how we do things, and I was embarrassed by it. And, why are we doing it? It's a 6-0 game. What are we doing there? And there must be something deeper that I don't know about. I love the kid. Believe me, I love the kid. There's so much good in this kid. He's been so great for us in so many ways, but that's unacceptable. So whatever's going on, you can't tolerate that for his teammates and for everything else. It's just not. It's not going to be tolerated. That's all there's to it.
Okay, so I have to tell you, I'm a little disappointed
Mm-hmm.
in Brewers manager Pat Murphy for chastising his own player because I kind of want.
And for handling it so well.
Yeah, because I kind of wanted him to just let the dogs loose. I want him to be like, I don't know what those Cardinals are doing over there, but we're watching.
If my
and they better not.
guy was mad, they deserved it.
So this is what Uribe said after the game, why he did all of that, and he said this through an interpreter.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, everyone here knows me and knows who I am and knows I have a bit of a history of being emotional out there. But again, I think first I owe an apology to the Brewers. I owe an apology to my teammates, to my manager, all the bosses of the team. I understand that that's unacceptable to go out there and to react in a way like that. But at the same time, I don't think it's professional for their manager to be making signs towards our dugout saying that he's going to be hitting guys. And there was an event that occurred during the practice today too, and I don't think that was right. So I have my teammates' back always.
I would like to know, first of all, so he that's an apology, but that's what that is. He's
Not
like,
to the
I'm
Cardinals,
apologizing.
though.
Well, yes. Well, kind of. He's apologizing for his actions. However, he's blaming the Cardinals or Oliver Marmol specifically for why he did it, because he says Ollie did something that during pregame and I guess threatened to hit them. I need some clarity on what exactly all of that is.
But I do want to point out, though, he specifically goes first, I want to apologize to, and he brought out his Brewers teammates, the Brewers organization, and the fans. He specifically apologized to those groups, and he did not apologize to the Cardinals, and I think that was deliberate.
Maybe it was.
Because the only thing he did when he brought up the Cardinals is blame the Cardinals.
And I don't know what Ollie did. But I don't know if this guy Uribe, if he just completely invented it himself, if he's pulling one of the Michael Jordan things where he invents slights against him so that he could play better. Mm-hmm. He used to pretend that people were crap talking him when they weren't, just so he could hate them and have a reason to do even better against them.
Yeah.
And not that Uribe is Michael Jordan, but maybe he's inventing something, or maybe Ollie did have some kind of gesture toward him.
Would that
and it set him
surprise
off.
you?
I don't. I don't know. Not
like I know Ollie gets thrown out of games, but is
think
Ollie the
I
kind
could
of guy
see-
that's going to do a gesture and say we're going to hit you or something before?
I don't
Because
think so, but maybe I don't know.
The Brewers manager made it clear, hey, I love this kid. Something must have happened
He did say that.
deeper than the score, than in the game. Because
'Cause it
why
was-
do you do this at a 6-0 game?
It was an outsized reaction.
Yeah.
To striking out or getting the strikeout in the 8th inning when you're up by 6 runs, and you've really had complete control of the game since like the 5th inning. So I don't really know what that was about. So maybe Ollie did do something, or he thinks Ollie did do something. Whatever it is, I kind of wish they hadn't tried to throw cold water on it, because rivalries are fun.
I will say,
And now let me
Okay.
say a couple of things here. I don't want people getting hurt. I don't want beanballs to start. I don't want one of those stupid wars, because that doesn't solve anything. And if a player on either side ends up getting hurt because of it and has to miss time, that defeats the whole purpose of of the competition. I want the best players on each team to be available to go up against the other best players, So that's number one. Don't want anybody to get hurt. Number two, I don't mind in baseball when guys have big reactions, bat flips or strikeout celebrations and yelling, making demonstrative actions because you've just accomplished something. Because baseball for too long has been so stuffy about trying to tamp down players being excited. The whole put your head down and act like you've been there before. That's kind of boring. I understand the sentiment, but it's kind of
personality.
boring. This is an entertainment industry. Baseball is entertainment first and foremost. So I don't have a problem with any of that. But this thing that this guy did, the crotch chop, was really just weird. It didn't make sense. And it was a little too much.
Yeah, it was a lot of it too much. And here's the thing. You don't want this to be accepted or the norm in Major League Baseball. But if it is going to happen, I'm glad it happened against the Cardinals because, like you said, it's fun to have a reason to hate the other team and to have a rivalry. Yeah. Now, you don't want people to get hurt because the unfun kind of rivalry, the bad thing, would be the Johnny Cueto kick of Jason LaRue in the Cincinnati Red Scrum. That's terrible. It ended LaRue's career. It was so dirty, and it wasn't a fun rivalry at that point. I mean, that was ugly, nasty, horrible moment. You don't want that ugly, head nasty, I don't know why I said it, horrible moment. You don't want that. But if you're going to do something stupid, like a triple crotch chop, now's the time for the Cardinals, all right, it's on. Now it's a rivalry.
I think they should just do straight up double birds. Forget about it. Just, what the double birds is? Yeah. Just do that.
No, you can't do that. No, that's vulgar. You know what they say? The best revenge is living well.
Okay. That's lame. How lame is that? Getting revenge by living well? Revenge only happens when you could shove it in their faces.
Ivan Herrera should have said, I forgive you in his post-game interview.
Come on. That's a crazy way to look at it.
Well, I think the sports version of that is, this is why, remember when I said, Yachty? I love Yachty, but also you don't want to cross him because if you were to do something like that to Yachty, he would throw you out at second and stare you down, or stare you down and daring you. Right, I dare you to steal second. The way Yachty backed it up, that's the type of thing I want the Cardinals to do. Not where they do anything dirty, but they just, have a play where they're maybe subtly antagonizing the other team, and then they back it up. That's the hard part, because Yachty's not on the team. But you got to back it up with some kind of play and then just stare the guy down. That's what I would want to do.
Sometimes he would invent stuff, I think.
Yachty?
Sometimes I think his reaction was a little over the top.
I love it. And do it, because that's what made it interesting. That's what gave him that personality. He was intimidating. I wouldn't mind having that type of revenge.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that would fit exactly here, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're getting at.
Because you can't be dirty or hurt a guy.
Message here says, mark my words, today's game will have brushbacks, warnings, and ejections, hit by pitch. Probably there's going to be a ball inside at some point. I don't know who's going to throw it. I don't really like the beanball war. Like, you're going to do it, I'm going to do it, then it's over. Because even in doing that once, you can hurt somebody.
Yeah.
You can put somebody on the IL, which I don't like. And I don't think that makes baseball better.
Was the beanball war, you don't want it now, but at the same time, you're not sad that it happened back in the Bob Gibson days. Wasn't Bob Gibson famous for... he didn't want to do it, but he protected.
Yeah, and also...
I know he said he didn't like it.
Yeah, it was overplayed a little bit. I don't think that it's necessarily better that we have that pitchers will just take it upon themselves, if they don't like something, that they will throw at your head.
Okay,
I don't think that's good.
How should they get revenge? If you don't want them to get revenge by living well...
You have to beat them.
But do you beat them and then
beat them and rub it in their face? Sure,
yes,
whatever.
Yes,
yeah,
that's what I was saying.
But you got to beat them. You can't just throw at them and go, there you go.
So if they lose today's game, there's no revenge.
Brewers got the best of them.
Oh, I hate
that's right.
That.
Well, beat them. Go out there and win today.
I wish today were Ollie Tuesday so you could tell Ollie that, hey, Ollie, we have a thing. You have to beat them.
I'd like to know what he said. I wish this had happened Monday night so we could have asked him yesterday what that was all about.
Although I think it might not be a coincidence that he was on with the Gas House Gang and then maybe he said something.
Well,
what did you guys do?
We do have, he has not been ejected yet this year. And we have had, there are a couple of guys who message in every Tuesday at some point during Ollie's interview, and they say, this would be a good time to get thrown out, Ollie. They just really want him to get ejected.
Yeah, but did you guys frustrate Ollie yesterday?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So maybe he was on edge by the time
Maybe
he got
Tom
to the
did.
ballpark.
He's like that,
I can see how Ackerman would really get under his skin.
Tim texts in and says the first Brewers batter today better get pegged in the ass. No. No.
Not
First
funny.
of all,
Not funny.
First of all, no. Secondly, I hope you didn't mean it the way I think you meant it. Because that's really not.
We'll explain to Amy during the break.
No, that's why I didn't read it. Even I know that. Jeez.
Chris and Amy on KMOX.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My best advice to you when hiring a lawyer for your injury case is simple. If you know court personnel, ask them who they'd hire. They know. If you know an insurance adjuster, ask them. They know. And then ask them about us. Ask them about Morgan & Morgan. They know. I look forward to talking to you soon. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm for the people. Injured? Dial pound law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
The final home game of the season is here, St. Louis. Your St. Louis Battlehawks hit the field Friday, May 29th at 7 p.m. against the Dallas Renegades at the Dome at America Center. It's Battlehawk Kids Day, packed with family fun, Battlehawks energy, and an Archie bobblehead giveaway while supplies last. Join Battlehawks Nation. Bring the whole crew and help close out the season the only way St. Louis knows how. Loud and proud. Caw. Because caw is the law. Get tickets starting at just $18 at UFLBattlehawks.com or Ticketmaster.
Tarps Off Media is sweeping Cardinals Nation. But before you take your shirt off, make sure it's a shirt worth taking off. Friday before Cards and Cubs at Busch, the DGS broadcasts live from patios starting at 3 p.m., counting down to first pitch. And Rally House will be on site with gear so good, you might actually want to keep your shirt on. It's your city. It's your house. It's Rally House with DGS live from patios Friday, May 29th.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 877-WINDOWS. That's 877-WINDOWS. Or head to rbastl.com.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
You know, most sellers put their home on the market and they just wait to see what happens. Well, I'm Kevin Wheeler, and I'm here with Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And Gloria, is there a better way to sell?
There is. Instead of listing your home the traditional way and hoping for the right buyer, I can get you up to 8 competitive cash offers right from the start. That means you're not guessing what your home might sell for. You're looking at the real offers and choosing the one that works the best for you. It also helps you to set the right price and create stronger demand if you decide to go to market. It gives you control, leverage, and a clear path forward before you accept just any offer. And remember, I'll guarantee to sell your home at 100% of the market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Before you sell your home, see what your options are. Call the one that I trust. That's Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession.
In the Palm Beaches, we are truly in a league of our own, with an unbeatable collection of year-round sports on display. Take a swing at tennis or pickleball, or get a front row seat to polo, baseball, and everything in between. Then, find out why we're called Florida's golf capital, with more than 145 beautifully manicured sun-soaked courses perfect for pros and beginners. When it comes to sports destinations, there's no competition. Curate your vacation at thepalmbeaches.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM KMOX.
If your ride's out of warranty and something big breaks, it could cost you thousands. Ludacris here. Let me put you on to the auto protection I trust, Endurance. With Endurance, you could never have to pay out of pocket for covered car repairs again. I'm talking about the pricey stuff: drivetrain, transmission, electrical, AC, plus lots more. You pick the certified mechanic and Endurance pays them directly. No middlemen, no runaround. If your car is under 20 years old, you're covered with unlimited miles. Plus added benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and towing. And your rate won't go up no matter how many claims you file. Listen, saving money is the same as making money. So who's gonna cover your next breakdown? You or Endurance? Right now, pick the plan that's right for you and get a full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee.
For your fast free quote, call 800-295-0763. 800-295-0763. 800-295-0763.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
The Chris and Amy Show is video streaming now on KMOX's YouTube, X, and Facebook pages. Click and subscribe. Now, did you see this? With Chris and Amy.
You know, every now and then my feminism bubbles up and I just get, my blood boils. Not all the time, but you know how it is. And there is definitely a double standard in Hollywood where Harrison Ford will always be a leading man. You know, men get older and they're always the leading men. The women, they turn 25 and then suddenly they're the moms of the leading ladies. You know, a little bit of ageism. Well, a new study shows that films are more likely to star a man named Chris or a talking animal than an older woman. Looking at the 100 highest grossing films in 2023, 2024, and 2025, 6 of those films featured a man named Chris in the lead, while just 5 starred a woman over 60. They also had more talking animals as the lead than they did a woman over 60.
Very specific. What? Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah.
Ranji.
Chris Ranji. I forgot your name is Chris.
I think it's just isn't it just a fluke that there
No.
happen to be a bunch of Chris's right now?
It's showing a point that, I mean, you could probably pick any number of male names, or you could pick any number of, like, you know, guys with, you know, red hair or something like that, and they'll have a higher likelihood of being the lead than a woman over 60.
What are you talking about? There are no gingers that lead movies.
Thank goodness, too.
Yeah, no men.
There are.
Can you imagine Pajewski as the lead on a movie poster?
Unfortunately, in Star Wars, Pajewski would be in the First Order because
Those are
all
the
the
bad guys.
redheads are in the First Order.
Yeah, those are the bad guys, right?
Bad
Yeah,
guys.
General Hux.
Yeah, he's a redhead.
Yeah, those are the bad people.
But we like you, Matt, and I often
thanks.
don't even think of you as a redhead.
You don't?
I just think of you as a guy who works with me.
That's
all I want to be is a guy.
He's got 2 prominent features. One of them is his hair, and the
other
other
is
one
the
is his
brown
peanut
shoes.
allergy.
Okay.
No.
That first syllable just, all right.
No, I didn't know where you were going either. Yes, his peanut allergy.
Yeah.
Made up, by the way.
Did you see that, according to Jeff Passan, Travis Kelce is buying a minority stake in the Cleveland Guardians? So he's going to be part owner of the Cleveland baseball team. And what was really funny is that Patrick Mahomes put out a tweet congratulating Travis Kelce, and he used the video of Kelce throwing out the first pitch at the Guardians game where he spiked it, like just threw it straight into the ground.
It always amazes me when these athletes cannot throw baseball.
Baseball, it's a little different.
Yeah,
You know,
but
it's a little
everybody should
different
know
movement.
I know how to throw a baseball. You have to admit,
I'm more amazed-
I was fine, wasn't I?
I am more amazed when they can't catch. Catching should be universal in all sports,
Yeah,
except maybe soccer.
I don't know. I mean, catching, sure, but throwing a baseball, like I said, I threw a fine first pitch.
When we come back, Chief Washington correspondent from Midas Touch, formerly from CBS News, Scott McFarland joins the show every Wednesday, and he is next on KMOX.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Hi, this is Congresswoman Ann Wagner from Missouri's 2nd District. I work every day to put more money in your pocket, secure the border, protect our shared Missouri values, and keep our communities safe. Whether it's visiting one of my public events in neighborhoods around the district or by contacting my office, I want to hear from you. If you need help with a federal agency, please contact me at wagner.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It is 10 o'clock, partly sunny, 75 degrees in downtown St. Louis. I'm Debbie Monterey. As Vice President J.D. Vance expresses optimism on ongoing discussions with Iran, several key topics keep coming up in for the Trump administration. ABC News chief foreign correspondent Ian Pinnell has the latest from Jerusalem.
The discussions that are ongoing right now is basically to try and lift the siege of the Strait of Hormuz, the restrictions put in place by Iran, and to allow the U.S. naval blockade to be withdrawn. What it doesn't resolve are the outstanding issues, the ones that existed before, during the war, and throughout this ceasefire, primarily Iran's nuclear program.
U.S. military contractors will need at least 3 years to replenish stockpiles of 3 key weapon systems used in the Iran war. That's according to the Center for Strategic and International Studies. The findings released today by the Washington think tank add to concerns American forces would have limited firepower in any future conflicts. Tennessee federal public defenders called on the governor to put a pause on all executions in the state after a lethal injection was called off last week. Staff tried and failed for more than an hour to establish an intravenous line to execute Tony Carruthers. Here's First Assistant Federal Public Defender Amy Harwell.
We're calling on Governor Lee to let the courts decide the Burns case before subjecting anyone else to the lethal injection protocol and to the sort of torture that Mr. Carruthers suffered on Thursday.
2 out-of-towners arrested at a street takeover Sunday night near 9th and Branch. A 20-year-old woman from Forestell charged with stunt driving and child endangerment because her 3-year-old was in the back seat. A 32-year-old man from Columbia, Missouri, also arrested on stunt driving charges.
A St. Louis County librarian is being celebrated for changing lives. The county council unanimously recognizing Miranda Gibson, named a 2026 mover and shaker by Library Journal for running the library's justice services and the Tap-In Center, where residents can clear old court warrants with free legal help in a welcoming space. As she accepted the honor, Gibson made sure to spread the credit.
I just want to thank all of the attorneys and the judges, the clerks, and all of our volunteers who continue to come every week to make the Tap-In Center work happen.
The program has helped recall more than 9,000 warrants since it started in 2020. From the KMOX Business Desk, how much RAM settlement money is going to the city's water department? That question of how much will go to the water department will be discussed at this afternoon's city council meeting. Mayor Kara Spencer previously proposed $30 million.
Intervals of clouds and sun, warm and rather humid this afternoon. Nothing more than a shower in spots, high 84. Partly cloudy tonight, low 66. Clouds and some sun tomorrow and quite warm, high 86. Friday, times of sun and clouds. There may be an afternoon thunderstorm, high 82. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Right now, it's partly sunny and 75 degrees downtown. The weather is sponsored by United Way of Greater St. Louis, helpingpeople.org. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
When our neighbors need support, United Way brings people together, helping families, helping children, helping people through everyday challenges, and building hope for tomorrow. Unite with us at helpingpeople.org.
Chris Ranchi, Amy Marksgors, because life is too short for boring radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Every Wednesday, we talk to Scott MacFarlane, formerly of CBS News and now Chief Washington Correspondent for Midas Touch, and we welcome him into the show again, as always, on the Quiver River Electric guest line. Scott, how's it going today?
Good morning, friends. This is the best part of my week already.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to listen to every hit that you do and every TV hit that you do, and I'm going to see if you say that somewhere else, and then I will throw it back in your face. Oh, no. Scott.
You know what my wife says? She goes, we've been married 23 years. Those lines don't work anymore. Don't even try them.
You know what, though? We're so starved for attention, Scott, that we'll take it.
We'll take anything. So, Scott, before we get started with the news of the day, I know that you had a particular attachment to CBS Radio News, which was a fixture in this country for almost a century. And we now have a new partnership with ABC, but it really is very sad to see CBS News Radio go.
It's been around 99 years. I mean, killing off anything in its 99th year seems particularly merciless, but also it was the home of Edward R. Murrow. It was the launching pad of Douglas Edwards, Walter Cronkite, Dan Rather, and it was best in class. I mean, it was incredibly good at efficiently telling you news, and it's hard to find people who are that talented at anything, anywhere. And it felt to me, guys, like vandalism. I characterized it as like unilaterally and unnecessarily imploding Busch Stadium. Like, why do that unless you have to do that? Why get rid of it unless you have to get rid of it? It just feels like a terrible loss to media. Trustworthy, mainstream, down the middle, efficient media.
I just also feel that for at times we can be a very unserious society, and the truth isn't fabulous enough or sexy enough, and so we turn to mediums like social media, TikTok, even, the louder voices, opinion givers on cable news, and mediums like newspaper and radio, which have just been so stalwart in informing the public for so long, are just not sexy enough for a lot of people.
And if you're listening to this, if you're part of this, you get it. Radio is the greatest, most intimate, most personalized, most powerful medium in American history. You bond with people on the radio because they speak directly to you. It is the most intimate medium ever created. It's why it's the greatest one and why it carried us through the 20th century. People on TV, they're famous. That's fine. People on social media, well, they're omnipresent. People on radio are your family. And you get rid of radio at your own peril in America.
Scott, let's talk about what's happening now with the situation in Iran. And, every day it feels like we're told close to a deal, this is going to happen. The other day we see that it was 95% done, according to some reporting. How close is it in actuality?
We have heard that a lot. It's been a weekly drumbeat, and actually it's almost predictable in its timing. It tends to happen on Sunday nights or Monday mornings before the markets open. People will be forgiven for having a little bit of a Chicken Little experience here where, I'll believe the deal when I finally see the deal. But here's the wedge issue at the Capitol where I'm sitting. Republicans are in lockstep behind the president saying we cannot have a nuclear Iran. And if there's pain and pressure in the meantime, we have to sustain that because the pain and pressure of a nuclear Iran is much greater. But they don't trust the Iranians as negotiation partners, and we've heard Republicans say it. And they also don't like what they hear and see in some of the negotiation terms, where we're giving Iran money and giving them some control over the Strait of Hormuz, which they didn't really exact before the war. So this is a mess, and getting out of war is no simple thing, and we will give grace to all involved. But I'm not sure people in Washington believe the deal is near because they've heard it too much.
What role is Marco Rubio playing in all of this? Because it does seem like in kind of the chaos of the administration, as much as he can, Rubio does tend to separate himself a little bit from the chaos. So where do you see his role? I mean, obviously we know what it is officially, but where do you see his role in this?
I think that's fair, and we're about to hear from him in a few moments at the president's cabinet meeting, which tends to be, a televised spectacle. Marco Rubio, unlike Vice President Vance, did not aggressively campaign like J.D. Vance did for no foreign entanglements, no more foreign wars. Not that Marco Rubio supports war, but he doesn't have that declarative campaign statement of I'm not going to support more foreign wars. J.D. Vance has been somewhat silent on this in the last, I think you'd agree, in the last 2.5 months. Marco Rubio is somebody who, of course, has the foreign relationships with the negotiation partners, but he's even been marginalized. It's been Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner touring the Middle East, doing some of the peace talks. I think you're going to hear Marco Rubio perhaps speak most effectively about the war and where things stand if and when he is again the fill-in White House press secretary. Remember back a few weeks ago, Caroline Leavitt's on maternity leave, so Marco Rubio took the podium? People kind of like, the people in the administration and his supporters like how he performed there. Let's see if he doesn't get the call up in the next few days to address all these questions about where are we with the Iran war.
Talking with Scott McFarland on the Quiver River Electric guest line and turning our attention to political races that are happening around the country. Just recently in the Texas Senate primary, Ken Paxton defeated John Cornyn, which means it's now Paxton versus James Tallarico, the Democrat. How do you see that race playing out, and what are the broader political implications of it?
Who talk about Chicken Little? I'll believe a Democrat can win statewide in Texas when I finally see it. But there is a cost here for Republicans. Ken Paxton has skeletons in the closet, to put it simply. He's got a history of political investigations against him. He's got some personal life issues. He has baggage. And Democrats can mechanize that to force Republicans to spend a lot of money preserving that seat. They may have to spend tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to get Ken Paxton past the finish line. That's money they can't spend now in Ohio, in North Carolina, in Florida, in Maine and New Hampshire, places where they wanted to get aggressive about holding or winning seats. So they're diverting resources where they don't want it to be. And you would say, hey, well, Democrats will be diverting resources too. James Tallarico, the Democratic nominee, is already sitting on a gold mine. He has already collected many tens of millions of dollars in donations, and they keep flooding in from small donors who want to support him and maybe make life tough on the Republicans. There's a cost to this, but what's the upside for the president? He is getting some version of perceived loyalty, and he's sending a message inside his own party that you must be the most loyal candidate, the most loyal member of Congress for me to have your back, because John Cornyn was pretty damn loyal to Donald Trump. He voted with Trump 99% of the time. He was almost sycophantically complimenting Trump in the course of this campaign. So I'm not sure where the perceived disloyalty was, but he did send a message inside the party. I want you to be the most loyal to me.
Moving over to the Democratic side, we're seeing the popularity, and I understand this is the mayor of New York, not a federal office, but the popularity of Zoran Mamdani, and he's very effective on social media with more socialist beliefs and policies that he would like. On the other side of things, you see probably what I would call a more moderate approach with Rahm Emanuel, maybe a 2028 contender who's kind of going back to the basics for the Democratic Party, focusing a lot recently on education, and maybe you could say is more moderate. In the shadow of the disastrous DNC autopsy, which direction, if either of those, do you see the Democratic Party leaning? And maybe I'm wrong in assuming that they're on opposite sides.
No, it's an existential moment. I think you got your finger right on the pulse there, Amy. The party's going to have to decide that in short order. It's going to be relevant in a lot of the races we see in November. I think in the primaries, we're seeing a younger generation fare better. In Texas last night, 78-year-old Al Green, a legend of the U.S. House, was defeated in a primary by a 38-year-old challenger who was also a member of Congress. There's a generation shift Democrats are going to have to decide upon, and so too will be their message and what their platform is going to be. I think the bigger existential issue past this year is, are Democrats going to campaign in 2028 as people who are going to restore the norms that have been shattered in this administration, or are they going to campaign on, we're going to fight fire with fire? We're going to use the Trumpisms that he's created for the office and fight back. And that's going to be the defining issue for the party moving towards 2028, autopsy or not. Let me bring it all full circle for you, too, because I love to bring it full circle. If you've watched Zoran Mamdani's social media videos, if you've consumed them, please be aware he has stolen the techniques of radio. He is using radio skills to be a compelling social media figure. The really good, I hate this term, influencers, the really compelling social media giants of the world, they have all appropriated radio skills. They speak conversationally, straight to the point, directly to you, as if they're family. And I just want to let you know, if they're going to heist stuff from radio, we should let people know about that.
Hey, Scott, before we let you go, how's that UFC fight stage looking outside the White House? Because
oh my God, it's bigger than the arch. I mean, it's enormous. It towers over the White House.
Yes, it does.
It's like a Rorschach test. Do you love that site or do you hate that site? I haven't decided yet, but it looks noticeable. It's worth Googling.
Well, Scott, Ranj here is flying out to Washington, D.C. to see it tomorrow.
That's right. Well, I've got other things to do, but I do want to get a peek at this thing.
He wants to see that.
Can I see it? How far away can I be and still see it?
Oh, I'm quite certain you might be able to see it from the state line. But if you go to the south side of the White House, the side on the National Mall, you'll have a perfect view.
And Scott, also, I have been encouraging him to climb the fence at the reflecting pool to get a view.
I'm going to see the blue paint.
Yeah, or there are little peepholes that he can see it?
No, climbing any fence in D.C. is a really cool thing. I will get bail money and meet you at the Central Cell Block.
You're the expert. You're the expert. You're the expert on climbing fences where places you're not supposed to be in Washington.
What could possibly go wrong climbing a fence in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah. Ask Scott. Scott went to all the trials.
Bring your bear spray and flag.
Scott MacFarlane, we appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week.
Anytime, guys.
Scott MacFarlane, Chief Washington Correspondent for Midas Touch.
You know what? If you wore the QAnon shaman hat, the one with the horns, maybe you wear that while you climb.
You know what? We should get him back on the line. I need to know how to access this $1.8 billion fund.
Yeah. Well, you got to climb the fence first.
Yeah, I need something to be weaponized against me, and then I can apply for the money. Chris and Amy on KMOX, and there is an update in the Cardinals-Brewers feud.
What?
Are there going to be fireworks today when the two teams play again at 12:40? We'll have the answer when we come back, maybe on KMOX.
Right now, inflation is squeezing budgets, and global events can shake up the markets overnight. If you're close to retirement, you don't get unlimited do-overs, so this is not the time to just hope it works out. That's why Steve Auld and the team at the All Financial Group are hosting an upcoming educational seminar called Retirement Simplified, June 16th at the All Financial Group office. You'll learn how rising costs could drain your spending power, how political and economic headlines may impact your returns, and whether your retirement strategy is truly stress-tested for today's economy. This event is complimentary, and you must reserve your seat today. 636-230-8824. You can also get more details online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, or registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions. The All Financial Group is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the U.S. government or any other government agency.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
There's one box that you'd run back into your burning house to grab. It's the box filled with your videotapes, film reels, and photos. Those sentimental, meaningful, irreplaceable moments. Hi, I'm Nick Mako.
And I'm Adam Baselogger. We started Legacy Box over a decade ago so that we could help families save their memories from being destroyed by floods or fires.
And it's not just natural disasters, Adam. Every day, videotapes and photos are slowly fading away, decaying, neglected in closets and attics.
Digitizing your old media stops fading, and preserving those recordings means they are safe forever. It's like magic, converting your shoebox of memories into digital files, ready to watch and share.
It's the only way to ensure your legacy is safe for generations. That's why over 1 million families have already trusted Legacy Box. Legacy Box is simple and easy, it works, and is safe. We'd love to preserve your family's collection. Don't wait, the risk is too great.
Visit legacybox.com/radio to save 50%. That's legacybox.com/radio to get started and save. legacybox.com/radio.
Hey guys, Kevin Wheeler here for FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of KMOX. And of course, mine for a lot longer than that. And look, it's fantastic fun. You get to play along regardless of the sport, baseball, basketball, hockey. Once we get back to football season, you play along as you go and have a little bit more of that entertainment time. Well, this is your reminder that during the NBA playoffs, you want to be checking in with the FanDuel Sportsbook app every single day, because every single day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. So we're talking about special drops that you don't want to miss, from things like profit boosts to bonus bets and a whole lot more than that. And then you check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs, and I have been taking advantage of that, so you don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. So just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get yourself started. And remember that you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable, and restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
100 years, one legendary voice. We live KMOX's century of service, classic audio, photos, videos, and more at KMOX100.com.
Milwaukee pitcher Abner Uribe strikes out Alec Burleson to end the inning. He then looks to the Cardinals' dugout and performs a number of crotch chops.
A number of crotch chops. You can
crotch chops.
You can count them. 1, 2, 3. How many licks does it take to get to the center? 1, 2, 3.
Number of crotch chops.
A number of them. Yeah, so Abner Uribe, who is a Brewers reliever in the game last night, in case you did not see it, he struck out Alec Burleson, looked at the Cardinals dugout, and he crotch
number of crotch chops.
That's exactly right.
He crotch chopped them back into the clubhouse. So
which
Did not sit well with the Cardinals.
But
It
you
did
can
not
see
sit well.
why.
It did not sit well with the Brewers, actually. Brewers manager Pat Murphy last night said not acceptable. They were going to handle it. Ali said after the game that the Brewers were probably going to handle it. And Christian Yelich today, I'm telling you, this was like a minute after we finished talking about this earlier. But Christian Yelich, who was with the Brewers, this is according to Adam McCalvey, who covers the Milwaukee Brewers for MLB.com. He writes, Christian Yelich says last night's beef between the Brewers and the Cardinals has been, quote, handled. Asked whether that means internally or via overtures between the two clubhouses, he said, quote, both. So, according to Christian Yelich, this beef between the Cardinals and the Brewers is over.
So you're saying that it has been handled.
Get your hand off my penis!
Well, I don't think that's what happened. I do think that what happened is they went back and they said, listen, we're sorry about that. That's not the way we do things over here in the Brewers clubhouse. So we have taken care of it. So if you were hoping for fireworks today,
No, I know how
I
to
would
get
still
it.
stay tuned.
You know how you do it?
I would still stay tuned because you never know. You never know. Maybe one rogue employee decides to take it upon himself. Who knows what the Cardinals are going to do? You might get some
Are
guy.
you talking about a specific rogue employee?
Who?
I
No.
don't know. Everything you said was so specific and vague at the same time.
It's supposed
you
to be
were giving
vague.
me the eyeball. Like,
no.
You know who?
No, I don't know. I have no inside information on this. I'm just saying that it's possible.
listen,
It's possible there's one guy
Nope.
in the Cardinals clubhouse who says, no, screw that.
Yeah, no, that's
Screw
the thing.
that.
That's how you keep the fireworks. They apologized, right? It's been handled. We need one of our reporters to go interview the Cardinals, and we need one Cardinal player to say, apology not accepted. And they go,
That's
well,
right.
they said that's not the way they do things. You go, well, that's the way they did it.
This ain't over yet.
This ain't over yet.
Well,
Apology
they
not
might
accepted.
say, this ain't over yet, but it might be soon. It might be at 12:45. Who
Which
knows?
someone would ask us how we feel about it.
You and me?
Yeah, I would say apology not accepted,
Nobody ever asks us how we feel about anything.
which is weird because, like, literally our job is to give opinions on everything.
These two guys people are still talking. Quit with your opinions.
No one has ever in a million years said, I wonder how Chris and Amy feel about this. And it's because
That's to their detriment.
well, one, they don't care, or two, because we've already told them.
Right.
Most of the time it's because we've already told you how we feel about it, because that's what they tell us to do, and Steve gets mad.
I hope somebody is waking up to us with the, I hope their alarm is not their phone. I hope they have the traditional alarm clock
Yeah,
radio.
Clock radio, yeah.
And it's 1041 as soon as the day starts for them. And it's you and me basically in their bed, grabbing them by the collar. They're wearing their pajamas and like, here's how we feel about
Here's how
the
we feel
Iran
about it.
situation. Here's where the
Hey,
Rams settlement
listen to
money should go.
Listen to Chris and Amy. We have opinions on
Yeah.
Iran,
Can
the
you
Ram
ima-
settlement money, and crotch chopping. Yes.
Can you imagine waking up and I'm standing over one side of your bed and Amy's standing over the other. We're both bending down looking at you, just yelling in your face what our opinions
hear
are.
what I think about Iran? I don't even know why anyone listens to me.
I have some thoughts on the mayor for you.
Yeah. Why?
I don't-
Why, though?
I don't know, but what I do know is I would still be listening to the Cardinals game today on 104.1 FM and the Odyssey app because you never know what could happen.
You
Plus,
never
the
know.
Cardinals need a damn win. They've only won
So,
once in the last 6 games. Let's go.
Uribe doesn't get in trouble for the triple crotch chop, and one of the Cardinals does a double crotch
I think they
chop.
probably. I think
You can't just call it a wash.
no. Yes, Well, I'll tell you what I think happened. I think in the Milwaukee clubhouse they went Full Metal Jacket on the guy. Or
Really?
They probably beat him with socks and soap.
Socks and soap.
You've never seen Full Metal
What kind
Jacket.
of soap? Bar soap?
So there was one guy, and I don't mean to ruin Full Metal Jacket for you, but there's one guy.
Okay. If this
is
is
it
going to get
Winston?
graphic, I don't want to hear it.
Well, it's not. He's falling behind, and every time he falls behind, it's boot camp. And every time he falls behind, the whole unit gets in trouble.
Ugh.
So they eventually they put bar soap in socks, and they beat him with them. It's
Interesting.
teach them a lesson. So I wonder if they did that to Uribe today.
Probably
not.
Oh, 618. I'm gonna throw this at you two, baseball fiends. Hi, gang. The crotch chop isn't too new. I remember Whitey Herzog on the top step crotch chopping to Tommy Lasorda and the
Yeah.
Dodgers after Jack Clark's playoff
Yeah, he used to do that
home
all the time.
Really?
Yeah. And then
How come
Lasorda.
nobody told me about this?
Yeah, he would do that, and then Lasorda would
you
moon
joking?
him. Of course, we're joking. Do you really think in the 80s Whitey Herzog was on the top step crotch chopping the Dodgers? What do you think was going on in the 80s?
No, wasn't the crotch chop invented in the 80s?
No, it was
with
like the
wrestling?
90s with
the wrestler.
Steve Michaels. Is that his name? I don't know. I'm not a big wrestling guy. But yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels. I'm thinking of Steve McMichael, the football player.
Listen, I don't know what goes on.
Clearly,
Why am I giving you my opinion on anything?
Whitey Herzog. Yeah, he's famous for that.
Yeah.
That's why I was so surprised.
Yeah, the white rat. Used to crotch chop us all the time.
Was that when it was? Did the wrestler invent it?
I mean,
Have
I don't
you ever
know,
seen
but
a crotch chop before the 80s or 90s?
I think I saw Lou Brock do it a couple times at second base after he stole it.
You both are dumb.
You thought Whitey Herzog was crotch chopping, and we're done? Come on. That's Amy Marks Kors. I'm Chris Ranji. My Lord.
Standing over people while they're waking up.
That's right.
Berating them with our opinions.
What a sound to wake up to.
Why does this show exist?
What do you mean, why does it exist?
To entertain.
For entertainment purposes only.
That's exactly right.
It's Chris and Amy until
Till
11.
our boss finds out about this show.
Oh, damn it. We have a meeting today,
Oh,
too, don't
my
we?
gosh, we're gonna get-
It's
you know
our
what?
bi-weekly meeting.
He's going to pull a clip from the worst moment of this show and be like, why'd you guys talk like that?
Gosh, I'm going to talk to Steve today.
Oh, my
It's Chris and
gosh.
Amy on KMOX. 11:45, the Cardinals pregame show starts on 104.1 FM KMOX.
This is Stories from the Pitch, brought to you by the first ever Infinity QX65 and by Lowe's. Give your yard its own moment with new limited time deals from Lowe's.
They arrived in Germany under a cloud. Calciopoli, the match-fixing scandal, had just broken in Italy, threatening to demote Juventus and disgrace the league. Several squad members faced charges back home. Coach Marcello Lippi turned isolation into fuel. Italy played pragmatically, ruthlessly. Goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon conceded just 2 goals all tournament, 1 penalty, 1 own goal. They beat Germany in the semifinal at extra time. Fabio Grosso curling home a beauty in the final minute. Then France in Berlin. Penalties. Grosso again. The last kick. Trezeguet missed. Italy's 4th World Championship. The squad lifted the trophy and dedicated it to the country, to the league, to the friends back home waiting for verdicts.
Stay tuned to this Odyssey station for more Stories from the Pitch.
The final home game of the season is here, St. Louis. Your St. Louis Battlehawks hit the field Friday, May 29th at 7 p.m. against the Dallas Renegades at the Dome at America Center. It's Battlehawk Kids Day, packed with family fun, Battlehawks energy, and an Archie bobblehead giveaway while supplies last. Join Battlehawks Nation. Bring the whole crew and help close out the season the only way St. Louis knows how. Loud and proud. Caw-caw. Because caw is the law. Get tickets starting at just $18 at UFLBattlehawks.com or Ticketmaster.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Great news. It's 78, but the real feel is 94 because it's humid today. Clouds drifting throughout, a high of 86. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 65. Weather sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm.
Sandberg Phoenix serves your business in litigation, intellectual property, and products liability. We're more than a law firm. We're committed to your success. Learn more at sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
You just testified under oath you're getting more fiber in your diet, and it was easy. Where is this additional fiber coming from?
Mira Fiber Gummies.
Objection!
It's true. Mira Fiber has 8 grams of fiber to help me get the fiber I need in a day, plus 4 B vitamins for metabolism support. All in one serving.
Overruled.
My gut rests its case.
Oh, that's my line.
Find Mirafiber today at your local retailer from the makers of Miralax. Mirafiber supports metabolism of carbs, fats, and proteins. Serving size is 4 gummies.
Cards and Cubs. The rivalry returns to Busch Stadium May 29th, and we are kicking off the weekend early. I'm Tom Ackerman. Join me for a Redbird Roundtable featuring Ozzie Smith, Al Raboski, and Matt Adams. Thursday, May 28th at the Beer Garden at Anheuser-Busch Brewery. We're talking ball, enjoying a cold beer, and celebrating one of baseball's best rivalries. The doors open at 4:30. The Redbird Roundtable, Thursday, May 28th, a free event. Must be 21 or older to attend. Full details at KMOX.com.
Chris and Amy now. The Dave Glover Show at 1 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX. Time to look back at the way we were with Chris and Amy on KMOX.
So last week, ironically, inspired by something that I saw that was AI and on Instagram, I deleted Instagram and Twitter off my phone. Now, I have to have it on my laptop. I still use it for work and so forth. Obviously, we have things like our question of the week on Twitter. But I don't want the easy access to Instagram and Twitter because it's just a time suck. And here's what inspired me that finally pushed me over the edge, because I had put time limits on Instagram and on Twitter, but I don't know, you still kind of go to it and you can override a time limit. So what inspired me to delete it from my phone was an AI image of 2 things: Christmas in the 90s and going to the mall at Christmas during the 90s. And Matt said he's seen these as well, and they're not even good AI. Like, they look fake. They look like AI, but it was like, imagine you're at your mom's house or your grandma's house on Christmas Eve in 1993, and you notice kind of like the very dated kitchen with the dark wood cabinets and even, like the wallpaper and the border and the little, cafe curtains, and nothing's really matching and nothing is monochrome. It's just colors everywhere, right? And the mom's cooking in a sweater and the kids are wearing turtlenecks and sweatshirts. And then the other one was the mall, where it was just bright colors everywhere, and kids are walking side by side with the crimped hair and the ponytails, the sweatshirts and the big, acid wash jeans, and the parents are walking and everyone's got a ton of bags. And in both of these AI images, obviously what you don't see are the things that weren't invented yet, which is the smartphone, and definitely not the ubiquity of the smartphone. So no one's looking at their phone in the Christmas picture at home or at the mall. Also, you see people holding tons of bags because online shopping didn't exist yet. And that, for me, just hit home so hard because, man, I really did love the 90s. The 90s were such a great time to be a kid. And I just longed for that connection. And I think my 3 biggest takeaways, which I think Matt agrees to, even though Matt was not born in 1993. But my 3 biggest takeaways were, 1, the colors. Everything was kind of colorful and tacky and fun. It wasn't this streamlined Soviet Taco Bell and Starbucks look that we have now. Yeah, Taco Bell is like all gray with a little purple dot. Everything was brightly colored. 2, and most importantly, probably, no one had any phones. No one was looking at screens. They were talking. They were interacting. It just, everyone was way more present. And 3, not everything was sexy. And what I mean by this is kids looked like kids. You had the Umbro shorts and the sweatshirts and the puffy coats, and you wore the sweatpants and the white socks and the tennis shoes. And I think now when you think about it, I get that athleisure like Lululemon and Athleta, Vuori, they're all fine, but there's a lot of like leggings and tops and even like kids are kind of dressing like adults. Everything's very streamlined. All the colors are very muted or monocolor. And everything has to be sexy these days. Like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. And I just thought, by golly, I want to be more present. And so I deleted the apps from my phone. And I have worn, when it was cooler, turtlenecks and sweatshirts again. Do you know what I mean by everything has to be sexy?
There's a lot going on here. Colors and
It's
sexy
like, I don't-
and all the stuff.
There's
All of
too
this.
much
Taco
social
Bell.
media and everybody's sexy now.
Yes, everybody's
I don't know,
sexy
dude.
now.
I think it
Kids used to
sounds a
look like
little
kids.
it sounds a little old lady get off my lawn.
I mean,
Some of it does.
You can
Here's what I
say
will
that, but not having the phones was
The phone thing,
really true.
I will go down the path on the phone thing with you.
Go to the
what
mall.
I do,
if
what
anyone's even there, they're all just staring at their phones.
not the people walking.
People will run into you. People are walking on the sidewalk staring at their phones, and I have to like run in the grass because they'll run you over.
All right. So I do wonder this. I'm gonna ask this question to go along with your premise.
Yes.
I do wonder. Right now, people are usually nostalgic. We always think back on the time when we were children as the best time. Everything was the best. Everything was the best in the 80s and the 90s. But yeah, you were kids and nobody really had to, you didn't have to pay bills. You didn't have to go to work. You know, you had schoolwork. And most things were kind of taken care of for you. You know, you didn't have to do adult stuff. So, of course, during that time, your whole world is like, I don't know, Nintendo or going outside and playing with your friends. Right? And so I think that just nostalgia being what it is, it's very powerful. So I wonder if kids now who are, growing up right now, so like kids who are 9, 10 years old right now, if in 30 years, if we're all not dead by then, but if in 30 years they look back and go, man, the 2020s, that was the best time. That was I love everything about it. And, who knows what the future is going to look like in the 2030s.
Here's why I'll push
or
back,
in 30 years from now in the 2050s.
Here's why I will push back. And I get it. Like, probably the kids don't care about the sexy thing, which I think anybody who grew up, any millennial knows exactly what I mean about how everything is streamlined and sexy now. And that's, it's really the athleisure. It's almost, you can go out and everybody is dressed the same. The athleisure is so popular. It's so ubiquitous. I get it. But I think the biggest thing, this is where I would push back against what you're saying. We are already seeing Gen Z push back against phones. The New York Times did a whole story on the return of hacky sacks because kids who didn't grow up with hacky sacks are looking back, hearing stories either from their parents or somehow finding out about how kids used to live, not on their phones. Hacky sacks are making a return. Cassette tapes are making a return. And more kids are saying, I wish we weren't on our phones all the time. And I do think kids, especially Gen Z, are starting to push back against the social media obsessed with phone culture.
I wonder how widespread that is, though. I think maybe there are a few. I'd like to see some real actual numbers on it. Are 60% of kids saying, man, I'm tired of having my phone? Because I venture to guess if you took phones away from everybody, they'd probably lose their minds at least for a little bit until they adjusted to it. I do think a lot of things are cyclical, though, too, because, there was a time when we were growing up where we brought bell bottoms back. We brought back eventually vinyl. That came back. So I do think a lot of things come back. And some of it is nostalgia. Some of it is kids thinking that they have invented something that's already been invented. And we were guilty of that, too, 30 years ago when we were kids. And it happens again now. I wonder if the fashion thing that you're talking about is also kind of cyclical, where at some point bright colors, bigger, baggier jeans are back in now, for example.
So
younger people are wearing big, baggy jeans.
But all of it's in. So I have bell bottoms, baggy jeans, the acid wash jeans. Except the one thing I would say is right now, the only style that defines, other than athleisure, the only style that defines the 2020s is that every style is in. Boot cut, skinny, baggy, barrel, all of it. I've got all the jeans. They're all in. It's not like 2002 when it was the very, very low rise, baggy jean that was very in. that's what was in. We can look at Britney Spears and Paris Hilton and know, yep, that was 2002. Now everything is in. I will say from some of the, whether it's the New York Times, the New York Post, Washington Post, it says, yes, 98% of Gen Z still own a smartphone, but a growing countercultural movement is emerging. Studies indicate that up to 63% of Gen Z are deliberately trying to carve out or move away from screen time, and a growing percentage are transitioning to dumb phones. I don't think you can go to dumb phones ubiquitously because, your boarding passes, your baseball tickets, everything's on your phone. But I think 63% of Gen Zers taking intentional, deliberate actions to step away from their phones is a significant amount.
We'll see. We'll see how long that keeps up and if this is just they're toying around with it and dabbling and seeing what it was like back in the olden days, or if they're serious about it, because there is a difference between the two things. Because I venture to guess if you try to take a phone away from any of them now, they lose their minds. I don't think it's they want to live that way now. I think they're just seeing what it was like. And again, I don't think we can really know what it'll be like 30 years from now. I would imagine that kids will think of their childhood as amazing, and everything that was going on back when they were kids is amazing, kind of like we do now.
The only thing, and
every generation has pretty much done that.
I get it. I do think we unleashed a drug, a harmful drug like heroin.
Yeah, we'll see. And there's no way to know right now.
Well, no, but we are starting to see with
what I mean is there's no way to know how people are going to feel 30 years from now.
I know that, but if you're guessing, and I'm guessing, I would look at the schools and especially see schools that are saying, hey, you know what? Bell to bell has got to be phone free. I think Gen Z will grow up, and I think we as millennials and Gen Xers will get older. And we're going to look at Gen Z and say, we did something very cruel to them by unleashing these phones. And my hope would be that maybe Gen Alpha, it might be Gen Beta, where we move away from the ubiquity of smartphones on young kids because we saw the damage we did to Gen Z. I can see Gen Zers loving their childhoods, but realizing, we were the generation whom the adults failed. We were the ones that were the experiment. We were the ones that had education and social life and brain development all harmed because these adults created these phones and then unleashed them on us.
And that may happen, but also you're having younger people feel that way about boomers now. And a lot of younger people feel like boomers lived in a wonderful environment that was created by their elders, and then they pulled up the ladder behind them. So it'll be interesting. Hopefully we're all around for it in 30 years. And speaking of how things are going to change and are already rapidly changing, artificial intelligence, we talk about it a ton. Well, now we might have a new guy to direct a lot of your ire at. It is Sam Altman from St. Louis, and he made some comments recently. Not great. We'll tell you what those are. We'll bring them to you next on KMOX. And the NBA playoffs, they are ongoing, and they are really, really heating up now because the Knicks have advanced. The Knicks are off. They are on to the NBA Finals. They defeated the Cavs, and now you've got the Spurs and the Thunder going head-to-head. They're one of those two teams is going to get to the Finals. And right now, FanDuel has a terrific deal for you all through the NBA playoffs. What are we talking about? An NBA happy hour. That's right. You need to check in daily because every day during the playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. This means special drops. This means profit boosts, bonus bets, all kinds of stuff are happening until the NBA playoffs come to an end. And if you want to get a new reward every single day during the NBA playoffs, got to go to the FanDuel app and see what's up for that day. Do not miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. Go to FanDuel.com/Missouri. That's FanDuel.com/Missouri and sign up. Download the app if you have not done it yet. 21 and over and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up. Protect.com.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution without spending thousands. Audien Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98 with free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure. Clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audienhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. And you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Everyone needs to have at least one person in their corner in life. When you don't, it's an extremely lonely and frightening place to be. But knowing you have that one person gives you peace and hope. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Since 1988, myself and my firm have been in so many corners for so many clients for so many years. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason, and it's not even close. We fought like hell for you. We fight the bullies, automobile insurance companies, the makers of unsafe products, medical providers who injured or killed their own patients. It has been such an honor and made my life complete. If you ever need us, it's easy. On your mobile device or computer, visit forthepeople.com, and then we get to work 24/7. Whether you're hurt in a car crash, injured on the job, or have questions about your Social Security, we're here for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Hello, 4th of July.
Back-to-back Jack! Kerry Robinson, a hero tonight!
The Cubs visit St. Louis May 29th through the 31st for a weekend of baseball's best rivalry at Busch Stadium. The history is real. The fans are loud, and the energy in the ballpark is unmatched. Day or night, every pitch matters when these two meet. So get ready, Cardinals fans. This is what summer baseball in St. Louis is all about. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/tickets.
The weekend starts at Busch Stadium. Grab your crew and kick it off at Friday Night Live. Every Friday night home game, Budweiser Terrace turns into the hottest happy hour in the Louvre. With $5 beers, $5 hot dogs, $7 margaritas, live music, and more all game long. Meet up with friends, soak in the energy, and keep the night going with baseball under the lights. Good vibes, great deals, your new Friday tradition. Get tickets now at cardinals.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM KMOX. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Well, I don't think you needed another reason to dislike Sam Altman because there's a billion. But the good news is he's a factory of reasons to dislike him, including this here at a conference where Sam Altman talks about AI and how it will turn intelligence into a utility.
We see a future where intelligence is a utility, like electricity or water, and people buy it from us on a meter and use it for whatever they want to use it for. The demand that we see for that seems like it's going to continue to just go like this. And if we don't have enough, we either can't sell it, or the price gets really high and it, kind of goes to rich people, or society makes a bunch of sort of central planning decisions that I think almost always go badly about, we're going to use our limited compute supply for this and not that. So the best thing to me throughout all the history of capitalism, innovation, whatever you want, is to just flood the market. Yeah.
Okay, let's ignore the vocal fry coming from Sam Altman there. That's exhausting. But the idea of AI making a commodity out of quote unquote intelligence, which is basically plagiarized knowledge from the internet, and then selling it back to the people like a metered utility is so insane to me. So evil villain in a Superman movie or any type of superhero movie where they're going to suck all the intelligence out of the world and then they will be the benevolent dispensers of intelligence. Because remember, we talked about this. AI currently is scraping the entire internet for information from books that humans have written, articles that humans have written, studies that humans have done. We talked about this with a Washington Post reporter where AI is buying physical books, tearing them apart, feeding them into the AI machine, and then throwing the books away, literally like ripping books apart. Then they're training these models, these large language models, on all of the human intelligence that they've aggregated, and they're calling it AI. And then they're going to say, hey, we're selling it back to you so you can be smart. This is the most dystopian, evil villain plan I've ever heard, and it blows my mind that someone as smart as Sam Altman thinks that it's going to be well received by the public. And I don't think he cares. He sees humanity as an experiment.
That's because most people who are in the tech world, and especially up to his level, they are so insulated from the rest of the real world that they live in a bubble. They do think that what they call progress, that any kind of innovation is the only thing that matters. Innovate, 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 disrupt, innovate. Those are favorite words. They love those two words. And so any kind of progress they think is going to be well received because in their worlds it is. Like, to them, it's all exciting. Like, oh, wow, look at all this stuff that we can do and we're going to do, and let's see how far we can push it. But it does not appear that they are conscious of the fact that artificial intelligence overall right now is not all that popular. I mean, people are using it in their businesses. People are using it to make memes and photos and videos and silly stuff. But I think the idea of artificial intelligence is not all that popular with people. And I don't know how many really actually want it. And those opinions could change. You know, the environment can change for that. In 5 to 10 years, people might really, really be open to artificial intelligence. But now I think they look at it like it's interesting and it's exciting what some of the possibilities might be, but there's a lot of bad that's going to come with it. And in a way that didn't really exist with just the internet. The internet was all possibilities. You know, people just, what's out on the internet? Let's explore. But AI has that potential of making some things much, much worse, maybe taking your job away from you, making you obsolete as a worker. So there's a lot of, and we talk to all kinds of people who share the sentiment. There's a lot of real concern about what it might end up being. I don't think people like Altman are living in the real world. They're living in their world. Yeah, and also, absolutely, and they're making a mockery of the word intelligence because, first of all, artificial intelligence, all artificial quote-unquote intelligence is doing is stealing thousands of years of human creativity, human thought, human creation, human writing, human philosophy, all of this, and they're gathering it up. And it's an aggregator. Artificial intelligence. No, you're basically a Wikipedia. And then secondly, the fact that he says we've got intelligence and then we'll sell it back to the people, he's equating intelligence with fun facts, basically. Like, if you can spit out a bunch of fun facts that you're smart, no. Intelligence is the exercise of reasoning. It is the process of creating. It is not regurgitating. And Sam Altman is equating intelligence with regurgitating, and he sees, I think, humanity as his own experiment. Not a fan. Chris and Amy on KMOX. We don't have a whole lot much longer to go with you. I mean, we are only here until 11:45, and then it's the Cardinals pregame show. Birds are trying to salvage the finale of the series in Milwaukee today. 12:40 first pitch. It'll be here on 104.1 FM KMOX.
For all station contest rules, go to KMOX.com/rules.
Hi, St. Louis. This is Ben Barnett, board-certified master arborist and owner of Timberline Professional Tree Care. The weather's warming up, flowers are blooming, and it's time to get back outside and start thinking about your trees. When you reach for your phone to call a tree contractor, we hope you'll give Timberline the opportunity to earn your business. Timberline is locally owned and operated and fully dedicated to delivering the best overall customer experience while providing the highest quality care for your trees. Every one of our crews includes at least one ISA-certified arborist on site, not just in the office, but right there at your home, so you can be confident the work is done safely, correctly, and always with your tree's best interests in mind. From planting and fertilization to pruning and removal, we're committed to excellence in everything trees. So when it's time to make that call Timberline Professional Tree Care at 636-479-7475 or visit us online at stltreecare.com.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill, now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Looking for a great real estate agent? Someone who can help you sell your home fast and for top dollar? Go to ready.com, REDY.com. Because on Ready, agents will pay you just for the opportunity to sell your home. Yeah, on Ready, agents will pay you for your listing. Thousands of dollars up front just for a chance to sell your home. And it's easy. Just go to ready.com, enter your address, and when you want to sell. In just 48 hours, the best local agents are competing on Ready to be your agent with cash offers up front just to win your business. Hey, your listing is valuable. Don't give it away. Make those agents earn it. Get paid to pick your real estate agent. Go to ready.com or call 888-525-REDY. 888-525-READY.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
It is 11 o'clock, and we have some clouds and sunshine in downtown St. Louis, 77 degrees. I'm Debbie Monterey. Missouri voters will decide 2 key issues in the August primary. As KMOX's Megan Lynch tells us, some groups don't like the timing.
The governor has placed 4 constitutional amendments on the August ballot, including one that would allow the legislature to expand sales taxes to replace the state's income tax, and a ballot question that would change the threshold for constitutional amendments spurred by citizens. Scott Charton, spokesman for committees fighting those amendments, tells Total Information AM the timing is an attempt to sneak something past the people.
Politicians don't like decisions the people have made. So yes, it's an attempt to get it passed in a low turnout election.
The governor has defended the August timing, saying lawmakers would face a lot of work on the sales tax issue if it passes.
The president preparing to convene his cabinet to discuss ongoing matters of national importance with his most trusted advisors. We get more from ABC's White House correspondent Karen Travers.
The president's 12th cabinet meeting. The White House says that for him, he's focusing on the economy and foreign policy updates. But of course, the status of negotiations with Iran will be the big question from reporters when he takes questions.
The CDC sent an urgent request to its workforce to recruit personnel to help screen passengers coming from Central Africa for any signs of Ebola. ABC's Faith Abube is at Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International with the latest.
The Atlanta airport is one of only 3 entry points right now where U.S. citizens coming in from Ebola-impacted area can fly into. JFK will start tomorrow. However, right now, the CDC is asking for volunteers, asking for help to screen these passengers, check their temperature, scan for the virus before they can walk through those doors and into the community.
The Missouri State Highway Patrol says 8 people died, 99 injured in Missouri over the Memorial Day holiday weekend between 6 p.m. Friday and midnight on Monday. They report 234 traffic crashes in the state. They also report 107 DWIs issued over the Memorial Day weekend, with an additional 7 in BWIs. Last year, there were 31 fewer crashes and with only 3 fatalities and 92 injuries. From the KMOX Business Desk, they're national champions for the 10th time. The Flying Salukis of SIU Carbondale, the nationally recognized aviation team, beat the second-place University of North Dakota by 57 points over the weekend to win the 2026 National Collegiate Aviation Championship. 32 teams competed. The Flying Salukis have finished in the top 5 in the National Intercollegiate Flying Association 17 straight times.
Intervals of clouds and sun this afternoon, rather warm and humid. Nothing more than a shower in spots. Most areas will be dry, the high 84. Partly cloudy tonight, though 66. Clouds and some sunshine tomorrow, high 86. Friday, partly sunny, a chance of an afternoon thunderstorm, high 82. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg on 104.1 FM KMOX.
It is 77 degrees with sun and clouds in downtown St. Louis. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
The new Haverty's Furniture Showroom is now open in Gravois Bluffs. Come visit us now. Ready to refresh your space with furniture that's built to last? The new Haverty's Furniture Showroom is now open in Fenton and Gravois Bluffs. Experience Haverty's regret-free guarantee for yourself and shop the latest in living rooms, bedrooms, and more. Visit Haverty's now in Gravois Bluffs.
Chris Ranji, Amy Marks Kors. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
It's a party over here. It's a party over there.
Chris and Amy. Yeah, they're late to the party.
It's a disaster party.
Look, it's important to arrive late, even at your own party.
Disaster party.
Wow.
Close enough.
It's a disaster party.
Well, I mean, we are late to the party.
I don't think
I am. I guess I'm late to a party on something.
Ranj is so late to the party, and he had been talking about this for, 2 years. How he wants a segment about being late to the party because he is late to a lot of parties. I think it was it last year or 6 months ago that he goes, "Oh my gosh, did you know Jenna Bush is on the Today Show?"
Yeah, I had no idea.
She's been on for like 10 or 15
Why
years.
would I know that?
Why would you not know that? You know Hoda's on the show. You know who
yes.
Hoda is.
Yeah.
How could you not know that Hoda's on with Jenna?
I don't know the answer to this question.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just didn't know. I didn't know that Jenna Bush was a media personality.
She's been on forever. I'm not even home at that time, and I know that she's on the Today Show.
I don't watch Good Morning America, so I don't know.
It's the Today Show.
Close enough.
And I don't watch the Today Show, but I know that she's on it.
Okay.
You see clips. This is not important. It's just frustrating sometimes.
That I don't know something?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you didn't know what the crotch chop was all about.
I didn't know exactly what it meant. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know, it meant I'm a big tough guy.
A number of crotch chops.
You didn't know what that was about.
No, I didn't. That's worse. That's not worse than you not knowing Jenna's on the Today Show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 314-436-7900. Text in. I'm a little mad, a little frustrated with Ranj. He had never heard of the Whitaker Music Festival at the Missouri Botanical Gardens. The Whitaker Music Festival that happens every Wednesday night throughout the summer at the Missouri Botanical Gardens. Over 1 million people have gone to the Whitaker Music Festival.
Since the 90s or something?
Yes, since 1996. 30 years.
1 million people's not that many over 30-something years.
It is if it only holds 5,500 people a time.
Okay.
So you have 5,500 people, which is as much as the pageant. It's like selling out the pageant every Wednesday night.
Okay, I didn't know what the Whitaker Music Festival was.
You know,
Pajeski didn't know either, and he lives in the neighborhood.
And I'm
that,
cool. And
I
hip.
know, but he has disappointed me so much
hold
recently.
on. Slow down, Chief.
No.
Cool and
No
hip.
need. Yeah, let's move on. So, yeah, and I didn't know about it either. And that's pretty wild that I don't know about it.
Well, that's because you're a child.
I'm in the scene.
And also, he's really disappointed me in the
But
past
he
few
lives in
days.
the neighborhood. How if
Not
it's this
anymore.
big of an event? But he did.
I did.
If
for a
it's
long
this
time.
big of an event annually, and all these
Weekly.
people are going to it, why wouldn't he know about it?
Maybe he doesn't have any friends.
You said it's okay. Well,
So I tend
like
to
where this is
think.
It's every Wednesday during the summer.
I tend to think that maybe in Amy's world,
No.
her 10 friends know about it, so therefore everybody knows
So
about
it was
it.
a huge deal, like early 2000s. That's how long this has been going on. When I was but a young one, when I was Matt's age, we would, you pack up, you
pack
wine,
up. It's
drinks. It's a
the-
picnic.
Oh,
Well, because you have to bring your own. You can bring your own food and drinks. They have some there, but you set up right, and you get your blankets and your chairs. And our friends Neil Salsick and the Mighty Pines have played.
They're great.
In fact, Dave Grelly and the Plyadors are playing, I think, in a couple of weeks at the Whitaker Music Festival. Is it
Nice.
June 10th?
Yes.
June 10th, the Plyadors will be there.
So yeah, but should I feel bad for not knowing about this? By the way, the Missouri Botanical Garden is really nice.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful
Love
place.
it.
Yeah.
I've still never gone when the corpse flower is blooming, and I'm curious. I'd like to see just how bad it smells. But the botanical garden overall is really cool. I like it. We're very lucky to have it here in St. Louis.
But you always bring up the corpse flower.
Yeah. That's amazing that we have a corpse flower.
It is, but like that's not. It's wonderful for a bunch of other reasons. The what is the Christmas festival at the Botanical Gardens with all the lights?
Garden Glow.
The Garden
Garden Glow.
Glow.
I go to that.
That is so much fun. Have you been to the Japanese festival? That's there.
Nope.
I don't know if I have.
That's really fun. They do that every year.
My family loved going to it. My parents, grandparents, they love going to it. A texter here, Amy, says that they've never heard of the music festival. And follows up that it is because Amy is 80 years old.
I mean,
Is that why you
maybe.
know about it?
I guess, but I mean, it's only 30, which means I would have found out when I was 50, which is still younger than most of our listeners. Here's one, 618. I'm 60. Not only did I not know Jenna Bush is on the Today Show, I also completely couldn't care less. Congratulations on using it correctly.
They did.
Most people don't.
I
You have
noticed
to-
it.
You have to shout out that.
Good job.
Which is why I didn't know. Well, that's fine, but there's a lot of things I wish I didn't know. Everything I know about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce is against my will, but I know about it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I also, what else I don't care and didn't know about, or I should say, I don't care about and upset that I know about, is the clavicular.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
He's
think,
the
oh, well,
worst.
how did you find out? Well, I like NPR sometimes, and NPR talked about it. So, yeah, I think it is normal to find out things and get updates on things that you don't care about or wish you didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Amy, for razzing Chris and pumping Whitaker. Chris needs to live life outside of his CWE high-rise bubble.
Well, I no longer live in the Central
They
West
kicked
End.
him out.
They did kick
They
me
kicked
out.
him out.
So
why does he laugh so hard about that?
It's funny.
I've never heard of this festival. I'm not saying it's not wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying it's not like it's not. You should not be incredulous that I didn't know what it was.
I'm not incredulous. I'm disappointed.
It's not.
I'm disappointed.
it's
I'm
not
not.
a
I said I was mad. I said I was incredulous. I should have just said I was disappointed.
In the way that the Fair St. Louis, or what used to be called the VP Fair, was a staple, and everybody knew what that was. Everybody knew about those
different
fairs.
because that would take over the downtown.
That's what I'm talking about. Like this festival, when I said I didn't know it, or Matt said they didn't know it, he didn't know. You were like, "What? How could you not know about this?"
This is more serious.
Okay.
This is more serious, but I just want you all to realize why sometimes I have incredulity when it comes to my co-host here, Chris Ranji. I found out a couple of months ago that Chris Ranji had never heard of the Sean Hornbeck case Michael Devlin kidnapped Sean Hornbeck. He was gone for 4 years, missing child. And then when Devlin kidnapped Ben Ownby, so forth and so forth, he was found in this Kirkwood apartment building. It was a huge deal. It was a national story.
Okay.
And Ranj had never heard of it because I mentioned, I think it was an anniversary, some type of anniversary or something happened with Sean Hornbeck, or maybe it was just that I walked by or ran by the apartment building where he was. But anyway, I brought up Sean Hornbeck, and Ranj had no idea what I was talking about, and that surprised me.
So here, I don't think that I had no idea. I think it is vaguely familiar, but I couldn't give you any details about it. I did not live here when that happened. And I know you said it was a national story. I could tell you that where I lived, nobody was talking about it. It wasn't like the Elizabeth Smart thing where that was everywhere all the time. Everybody knows who Elizabeth Smart is.
But you do know, and just to clarify, though, it was a national story. It was on 60 Minutes and CBS News and all of that.
Sure, but I don't know that means it had the traction nationally where it was getting covered over and over and over again like Elizabeth Smart was. It's not the same sort of thing. It just, I guess it sounded vaguely familiar. It's not like, for example, I was living, I had not moved back to St. Louis when Ferguson happened. Everybody was talking about Ferguson, and everybody where I lived knew that I was from this area. And I can't even tell you how many people would ask me, like, what's going on in your hometown? I'm like, I don't, it's crazy. I don't know. It's nuts. But that was a story that everybody was aware of for sure. But this Hornbeck situation, just, I don't, for whatever reason, it wasn't. And when you brought it up, I remember kind of feeling like I sort of knew what it was, but not really. Like it sounded, like I said, vaguely familiar.
So if you've been late to the party, 314-436-7900. Yeah, it was just surprising.
There's a lot of stuff that I have been late to the party on, and every time it happens, I make a note of it so that we can bring it up here.
It's one of those things. Okay, it's completely different than this because Ranj was not born in 2005. Right, so Ranj is old enough. He was an adult when the Sean Hornbeck happened. The Sean Hornbeck thing happened. But the feeling of surprise or just being like, oh, they're taken off guard a bit. The feeling I had when you didn't know about Sean Hornbeck was the feeling I have when I am tutoring a student and I mention 9/11, September 11th, and they'll say, oh, I think I heard about that. I think I read about that last year.
Okay,
because
that's outrageous. 9/11? 9/11 changed our society forever. Everything that is happening now, you can trace back to 9/11.
When they don't know about it, because you forget that they weren't born. It wasn't part of their lives.
By the way, the person who said that I need to get out of my high-rise bubble, who texted that in, that was Neil Salzik. So, Neil, we appreciate
was it really?
you. Yeah, it was. We appreciate you, Neil. I have no idea about this Whitaker Music Festival. Sounds like a lovely time, and you're going to do great.
Neil, just keep giving this guy trouble. Thank you for listening, Neil.
We will talk some Cardinals baseball with the voice of the Redbirds, John Rooney. They've got a game this afternoon, 12:40 first pitch, 1:45 pregame, and we're going to talk to John in a moment on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Save big money on your next outdoor project at Menards. Shop the largest in-stock selection of AC2 pressure-treated lumber and thick decking, all easy to load in our drive-through lumber yard. Plus, get free estimates using our easy-to-use deck design program. Save big on AC2 pressure-treated lumber and thick decking at Menards. Also, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
In the Palm Beaches, we are truly in a league of our own, with an unbeatable collection of year-round sports on display. Take a swing at tennis or pickleball, or get a front row seat to polo, baseball, and everything in between. Then, find out why we're called Florida's golf capital, with more than 145 beautifully manicured sun-soaked courses perfect for pros and beginners. When it comes to sports destinations, there's no competition. Curate your vacation at thepalmbeaches.com.
Spring is here. Hi, this is Tim Gamma.
And I'm Tom Gamma.
When it comes to tree care, call the name you can trust, Gamma Tree Experts, founded by our dad, Frank Gamma, in 1954.
Frank will be 91 this year, and the third generation of Gammas have
have joined the business.
Call our team of certified arborists to inspect your trees and shrubs today. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. Now in our 72nd year.
For pruning, fertilization, and removal, call Gamma Tree Experts today or visit us at gammatree.com.
Your trees deserve the best care.
It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000 or online at youreye.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Now, the Cardinals Conversation on KMOX. Sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we've got Missouri covered.
The pitch from McGill. A swing, and this ball is lifted in the air, left field, and is caught on the run by Chourio, and this game has come to an end. No runs a hit, one left on. The Brewers have won the series, taking yesterday's game 5-1, and tonight 6-0.
Offense has been difficult to come by the last few days for the Cardinals. They have dropped the first two games of the series in Milwaukee. The finale is coming this afternoon, 12:40 first pitch, and our pregame show gets started at 11:45. And our next guest on the Quiver River Electric guest line, part of that pregame show, and the broadcast. You'll hear the game with he and Ricky. It is John Rooney, voice of the Cardinals, joining us now. What's going on, John?
I didn't know you were such a bad guy, Chris.
Oh, wait, which thing was this? Why?
Just listening to this last conversation, they were taking you apart.
They really are, man. People need to cut me some slack around here.
Well,
just trying to live.
Yeah.
I just didn't know about the Whitaker Music Festival.
Well, now you do.
Yeah, see?
See?
That's the good news. Now you do.
News. That's the good news. So what we're hearing from the clubhouses today is that after what happened last night with Abner Uribe and him gesturing toward the Cardinals dugout and that not sitting well with Ali, the Cardinals didn't seem to sit well with Pat Murphy or the Brewers either. It sounds like that whole thing is all over. Do you suspect that anything will come of that today, or is it truly done?
I don't really expect anything today. I think it's a matter of Ali. He told us he has respect for their players, and he respects the fact that he takes care of his players, and Pat Murphy should take care of his. So I think that's the way he's leaving it, and that's what we'll do, and we'll play a day game, have a day off tomorrow, and come home and play the Cubs. But you have a lot of heated things happen within division races and with division rivals, and when you don't see them as much anymore because all of these teams play everybody in baseball, and I wish they'd get away from that. I liked it better when we played the bulk of the schedule within the division. I thought it meant a whole lot more to the division race, but when you have those limited appearances from 19 down to 13, things can get a little bit heated, and usually between the Cardinals and the Brewers, they do.
Yeah, and John, like you said, even if it's, forgiven and it's done, it's not forgotten, and it doesn't, it's got to in some way add a little bit to the animosity within a rival, just, when stuff like this builds up.
I think the thing that bothers the Cardinals more than anything else, they haven't been able to do much of anything against their starters right now, more so than what, that classless act Uribe put on last night. It's a 6-0 game, folks. Yeah, you got the strikeout. Just walk off the field. It's not like it's 6-5, and he left the bases loaded. That's what I thought was funny, but, they'll have to take care of that. But what the Cardinals need to do is get some base runners, get some hits. And that was hard to do against Mizorowski. It was hard to do against Harrison. And even though they hit the ball fairly well against Harrison, they hit the ball right to people. Milwaukee found openings. And the Cardinals weren't able to bring in the lefty Brule to face Bowers. And had they done that, they would have pinch hit Vaughn, who's been just as tough on Cardinal pitching as say, Bowers would be against a right-hander. And who knows what happens. But Fernandez struck him out. But then the next guy hit one a mile, left-handed batter over the center field fence, and that put the game way out of reach at that point, and the Cardinals weren't able to come back. You know, the Cardinals have been so good in the close games. They just haven't had a chance to play one here in Milwaukee, not in the first two.
Yeah, as you've said, offense has been really difficult to come by, and a lot of times on this this stretch of games where they are playing National League Central opponents, with the exception of a couple of games against the Reds, and you know they did score I think 9 runs in that first game against Pittsburgh.
8-1.
The game against Pittsburgh.
Against Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so there have been a couple of times they put some offense together, but is it just a matter of them facing really good pitching? Is it something else? What else is it?
It's good pitching. And why do you think these teams are over 500 in the Central Division? By and large, the arms at the top of the rotation are pretty darn good. And Leahy's going to start the game on Friday night, 6:15 game Friday night, by the way, not 7:15. There's a concert after the game. But Leahy has a 5-3 record, and he's adjusting to starting very, very well, even though there are times he has his moments with a big inning, but the Cardinals were able to help bail him out the last time around. He's done all right. We're hoping that May gives the Cardinals another strong start. If you take his first 2 starts out of the mix, his ERA is under 4, and he's been getting into the 6th inning, and he's been saving the bullpen. But we'd like to see him go over the top, get some run support, and put some W's together and be a top of the order pitcher. And last night, McGreevy wasn't able to land his pitches, and he doesn't walk many people normally, and 2 walks helped do him in when the Brewers scored 5 times in the 5th inning. But I think it is the arms. The Pirates can throw some really good arms at you, not only with their starters, but out of their bullpen. The Reds have had their issues, but their pitchers came up strong enough in the game on Saturday night, the second game, even though the Cardinals got 2 off Tony Santillan to tie it up and send it to extra innings. They were able to get their runner home safe by an inch, and the Cardinals runner was out by an inch earlier. And that was the difference in the Cardinals splitting a doubleheader and winning a doubleheader. But good arms in this division have made a difference. The Cubs, they were streaking with 10 wins. Now they're streaking the other way with 10 straight losses. We'll see what happens with the Brewers. Since they beat the Cardinals the last game in St. Louis, they're 14-4. But I think the Cardinals have done well holding up against the opposition, and it's usually been one inning that kind of turns the game the other way. If they can avoid that, play the close games, they've been very good at winning those.
It is an extraordinary thing that's happened in this division this year, and it does look like, I believe my math is correct, we're, I don't think we will get through the month of May. No, I think we will get through the month of May, and every team is going to still be over 500. I believe that's the way it's going to work out. And, the Cubs, Pirates, Reds all have 29 wins. Cardinals, same thing. Cardinals win percentage is second best in the division. But the fact that all of these teams are above 500 this late into the season, that is pretty remarkable, John.
Well, and the reason is it's the pitching. Pitching sets the tone. And you are as good as that day's starting pitcher, and that's why the Cardinals are counting on a good start today from Dustin May to help break out of this 3-game skid.
All right, John Rooney, you talked about the Cubs struggling. The Pirates have won 3 in a row. The Reds have won 3 in a row. Cardinals need to turn things around. Hopefully they will do that in Milwaukee today because the Brewers are back atop the division, and they're a very good team, and they can pitch. And so this afternoon, Cardinals looking to win the rubber match. We appreciate you. Thanks for being with us again.
All right. We'll talk with you next week and try to be a nicer guy. Okay?
Man, there's only so much I can do, but I'll do my best.
All right.
Thanks, John. John Rooney, voice of the Cardinals. You can hear him. You can hear Ricky. You can hear Tom Ackerman's got the pregame show. That's today. Mm-hmm. Matt Pauley will have the post-game show. plenty of Cardinals coverage on the station today. Don't forget that Redbird Rush Hour will be at 5, and then Sports Open Line at 6. So plenty of Cardinals talk on 104.1 FM KMOX.
We didn't say you weren't nice. I mean, that's a different conversation. We just said on
I'm
a
sure
couple
somebody-
of topics you were uninformed.
I didn't know about Jenna Bush. She's on TV right now.
She's on TV every day.
She sounds like she's on TV every day, all day, all day, all night.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her, man. All right.
She really looks like you can see George Bush in Jenna Bush.
In her face?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of George there.
Like I look like my dad. She looks like her dad.
Yeah. Amy Marks, Kors, Chris Ranji. We are rolling toward that pregame show of 11:45 today and a 12:40 first pitch. Cardinals and Brewers. This is the last game of this series before the Cardinals come home. Really big series against the Cubs happening this weekend at Busch. Wow. And there's a concert, as John mentioned, so the game's a little bit earlier than originally scheduled.
But you'll be busy climbing the fence at the National Mall.
That's right. I need to see that blue pool. 314-436-7900. Text into the show before we say goodbye on 104.1 FM KMOX.
At Missouri Farm Bureau Health Plans, your health is our commitment. That's why we provide high-quality health coverage at affordable rates to Missourians like you. And unlike other options, you can apply at any time throughout the year. From individual and family plans to dental vision coverage, our plan options are designed to meet your needs. Together we care, together we grow, together we thrive. Missouri Farm Bureau Health Plans. Plan on us. Visit us at mofbhealthplans.com and contact your agent today.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
The thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings, so it really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX. Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
81 degrees, but because it is humid, it feels like 95. Clouds and some sunshine today, a high of 86. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 65.
When you're at work, you never know when you'll be interrupted. But with the Dell Pro, powered by Intel Core Ultra with vPro, no matter what distracts you, your laptop won't. It's battery optimized for the way you work with built-in intelligence that quiets distractions when you need to focus. Your laptop will help keep you locked in, even when it's bring your dog to work day. Built for those who stay in the flow. The Dell Pro, built for you. Dell.com/Dell-Pro.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Sellers put their home on the market and just wait to see what happens. This is Debbie Monterey. I'm with Gloria Liu, your home sold guaranteed realty. Gloria, is there a better way to sell?
there is, instead of listing your home the traditional way and hoping for the right buyer, I can get you up to 8 competitive cash offers right from the start. That means you're not guessing what your home might sell for. You're looking at the real offers and choosing the one that works the best for you. It also helps you to set the right price and create stronger demand if you decide to go to market. It gives you control, leverage, and a clear path forward before you accept just any offer. And remember, I'll guarantee to sell your home at 100% of the market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Before you sell your home, see what your options are. Call the one I trust, Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
I'm fixing to tell you something that the insurance industry does not want you to ever hear. Bullies often delay and deny. I see them sitting on premiums paid and making money and dragging it out for as long as they can. Many times, we're forced to take them to court. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Their high-paid lobbyists are on a mission to make sure that at trial, jurors are not allowed to learn that the at-fault party has insurance, and in some cases, lots of it. I can think of no case in all my years where there was no insurance for the at-fault party. So let's fight back. It's all these bullies understand. Tell everybody you know the truth. If you've been injured in a car crash or hurt at a store or business, visit forthepeople.com. We're here 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Ethos.
Office attire is more casual, but you still need to dress for success. You can tailor your job interview attire by looking at pictures of your future coworkers at events and conferences.
When they are dressed a notch above what they would normally wear in the office.
Workplace consultant Rick Cobb says err on the side of being too formal.
I'm much happier telling you you can take it down a notch.
I'm Rob Hart.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Today, the Cards, the Brewers.
Ameren Total Access 1145. First pitch 1240.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX. Now, the question of the week with Chris and Amy. And remember, you can always vote in the X poll at Chris Amy KMOX.
Before we get to the question of the week, something awesome just happened.
It was
we
so
had,
cute.
Maria Kina from the KMOX newsroom.
Yep.
Wonderful anchor and reporter who came in and said, could you demonstrate for me what a crotch chop is?
I think she called it crotch crocket.
So
She goes, what is a crotch crocket?
I had to crotch chop Maria.
No, don't say
I did.
Well,
I had to show her.
Yeah, she did.
She wanted
ask.
to know what it was. Our question of the week.
That's adorable.
It was super cute. Here's our question of the week. And it came up on Tuesday, so yesterday, because it turns out that there are some neurotic people in this room. Her name is Amy. And
what?
She puts on socks. Like, she brings cheap socks.
Used to.
Now, you don't have to any longer at TSA.
Yeah.
You don't have to take your shoes off. But she used to bring an extra pair of socks, put them on after she took her shoes off, walk through security, got her shoes back, take the socks off, and throw them away. So it's a little neurotic behavior. So our question is, what is your most neurotic behavior? Follow us on Twitter at ChrisAmyKMOX. And one of the submissions says, I brush my teeth twice with 2 different toothbrushes using 2 different kinds of toothpaste, flossing between each brushing, which is totally neurotic. And we want you to submit yours to us by following us on Twitter at ChrisAmyKMOX. And perfect timing, Bryce Harper, who is a perennial all-star, he posted a video of himself on TikTok getting ready for the game. He's getting ready for the day at home before he leaves to go to the ballpark. And he brushes his teeth. And he does something I have never seen before. His method of brushing his teeth is he squirts the toothpaste into his mouth directly. And then he puts the toothbrush in and brush. He doesn't put the toothpaste on the brush and then brush. Toothpaste directly into mouth, then brush, which I have never seen before.
I have never seen that before. I've never thought about it before.
Why would you even?
Everyone has done this once in their life, at least once in their life. I feel like usually when you were younger, but if you stayed at like Papa and Grandma's house or you stayed at a friend's house and you forgot your toothbrush, don't you feel like everyone at one point put the toothpaste on their finger and you had to brush your teeth with your finger because you didn't have a toothbrush?
Yeah, I've done that, or I've done like toothpaste and then get a paper towel. So it gives you a little, it's a little rough. So it gives you a little bit of traction.
Polishing your teeth?
Well, yeah, if I don't have a toothbrush.
And obviously it doesn't work the same. It's,
right.
It's dire straits. But even in those situations, it never occurred to me to just put the toothpaste directly in your mouth.
I just don't even know who would have taught him that. But I do know
Does
this.
he,
I do know never use the toothpaste at Bryce Harper's house. Because you know that tube is going directly into his mouth.
Ugh. That's so gross, like a Go-Gurt. Ever
It's
heard
bad.
of Go-Gurt?
Yes. Greg. Did he mean to say Greg, or did he accidentally write
No, he
Greg
always
twice?
says Greg.
Oh, he does?
Is it because you have gray hair?
Maybe. Let's ask him. Greg text into the show. After listening to Crotch Talk on KMOX, I throw away my AirPods. That's a little neurotic.
That is very neurotic. Hey, do you know where I'm not neurotic enough? I think about this a lot. I think this is where I am the grossest when you really think about it. I wear my shoes in the house.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
I wear my shoes in the house, which means I walk around this disgusting place. I walk around the bathroom, downtown, whatever. And then I walk right into my family room on my carpet. That's gross.
Yeah, so then why don't you... You're here talking about how you...
I thought about that yesterday. I thought, because I sat down on the floor yesterday to do some sit-ups.
This negates your...
Yes, to do some sit-ups. And when I sat on the floor, I thought, Amy, you walk on this floor. And then I just got really disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like my neuroses make less sense because the number one thing you should do is take off your dirty shoes before you walk on the carpet in the family room.
We have a voice message from Myron from Richmond, Virginia, checking in.
Ranji, you don't need to climb a fence. Just go to the top of the Lincoln Memorial and you can look into the reflecting pool. Hey, I wish I could get up to D.C. to see you. I'm down in Richmond, but maybe another time. All right, talk to you later.
Thanks, Myron. I will. I'll wave at you, but I guess I can go see the pool by going up to the. Did he say the Lincoln Steps? Is that right?
The top of the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah. All right. I'd rather climb the fence. Climb the fence, then maybe I can get some of that sweet $1.8 billion action of slush fund money. Because I know the government will be weaponized against me.
I hope it is.
All
We
right.
all hope it is.
Hey, you have a great time tomorrow. I'll check in
thanks.
with you on Friday.
Fine.
But tomorrow I'm on my way to Washington so I can climb the fence.
And check out the UFC fighting ring on the front lawn.
I'll let you know what that looks like, that monstrosity.
Okay.
All right. Anything you missed on the show today, you know where to get it.
I didn't
Odyssey
miss
app or
anything.
wherever you get your podcasts. Or KMOX.com. Amy will be back tomorrow at 9 with Michael Kelly on 104.1 FM KMOX. Cardinals baseball is next.
A number of crotch chops.
Keys to the Game are sponsored by Winter Dent & Company Insurance. I'm Chris Ranji.